my first podcast being an old man.
You're old.
I'm old.
Like 56 now?
Yep, that's it. 56.
Yeah, we don't know how it feels.
Nah, I know. Everyone else here is a youngin'.
We were not born in, what is that, 70s?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I was born in the middle of disco fever. Yeah.
Disco and drugs. And
Mm-hmm. I was the child of disco babies. Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah. You had baby boomers, then you had hippie babies, then you had disco babies.
Disco babies.
Disco babies, yeah.
And you had the rest of us.
Yep.
That aren't 30 yet.
So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Threading and Dreading. Hope you had a very good Easter. We did, and I had a birthday on Easter this year. It was a good birthday. I mean, I didn't like turning 30, but it was a good birthday.
Just another number, buddy.
Yeah, I know, just another number. But I got a lot of cool gifts. The goddess got me the next expansion for Cards Against Humanity, which I love.
Righteous.
Mm-hmm.
Yay.
And she got me a pair of back scratchers that I wanted.
Every time he sits on the couch, he has to get up and go scratch his back on the corner.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about the
so-
sectional. No, I'm not having like a reaction to the couch. I know that's not it, but for some
This
reason,
couch?
yeah,
It's
this.
really super comfortable couch.
Yeah, but when I lay on it for too long, my back starts to itch. I have to
Maybe
get up. And,
you are allergic to it.
No, I
Maybe
don't-
you should give it to me.
There's her plan.
Yeah,
That was what she was getting at the whole time. But you asked for back scratchers for your birthday.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
If you didn't tell me you were turning 30 and I didn't know, I would assume you were turning 50.
Yep.
Doris!
I want back scratcher.
Your name's not Doris, I know that.
Nah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I mean, I want what I'm gonna use. You know, I would use back scratchers.
Practical man. I
Practical
like that.
stuff. And then
And I made you waffles.
Yes, she made me waffles, which were
Ooh.
delicious. Thank
I
you.
fucking love waffles.
I want waffles.
Easter morning waffles, which were delicious. And
We need to do brunch or something.
yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Do a morning podcast on like a Sunday.
I know we mentioned this before, but down in Rehoboth, just outside of Lewis, there is a place called Bethany Blues that has an amazing brunch. Anyone here on the East Coast, if you want to go to Bethany Blues, quick plug for Bethany Blues. Their brunch is freaking amazing.
It's a buffet.
Yeah, it's a
brunch
buffet. Yeah, but holy crap, everything there is just phenomenal. When I walked out of there, I'm like, I'm pretty sure I'm going to slip into a coma right now.
Right on.
I did not. I just didn't stop eating.
The brunch cast. You can do
The
that.
brunch cast. There you go. It sounds like a plan.
Easter, I did brunch at Timothy's on the riverfront. That was a good brunch.
Mm.
And they make some good mimosas, too.
Nice.
I was at the cemetery
Oh,
for Easter.
that's sad.
The whole day.
Oh, it's a very sad day.
Half the day. No, it's like because there's like a Chinese tradition where
Stop looking at me like
She's laughing at your infortune.
I'm really not. I'm sorry.
We're listening. Go on with your story.
oh no, I was just Chinese tradition
Okay.
where you burn stuff for the people.
Oh, I've heard this before. Yeah.
In the underworld. So this is actually the first time that I've ever done something like this
Okay.
because his family, Robin's family, they do that. I have never done it before, so it was a really interesting experience. And basically, we just burned a lot of stuff.
Could I ask what kind of stuff you're burning?
So it was, they have stuff. It was like hell banknotes. So it was like hell money. Where, well, they call it hell money, but it's like underworld money where they could spend in the underworld. For his grandma, they also burned her sneakers, like paper sneakers, and fancy party shoes, and a mahjong table.
So that's for people you know.
It's
not
for
just
people-
like for everybody.
No.
And
It's for people
it's like
you know.
stuff for them to use.
Yes.
But it's made out of paper.
Yes.
That's
Okay.
cool.
So it's
Interesting.
flammable. Yeah.
Right. But so you don't burn actual shoes or actual mahjong
no,
tables.
like no, like you burn the
They get very expensive in a hurry.
like it's made of
Easter
paper. it's all made of paper.
Okay.
And yeah. It's,
All right.
It's really cool.
That's a cool tradition.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a sad tradition, but it's also kind of
Well,
a,
I
In a
think
way.
it's also happy because
Yeah.
well in like well not happy but it's like we here in the living world we're still taking care of you even though you've gone to the
Yeah.
next world.
yeah.
So it's not so much It's like a reconnection.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's nice.
It's interesting.
And before I forget, do introductions. I once again am a projectionist. I flub my own name. And I once again am the projectionist. And to my right we have.
The goddess of gore.
And how are you?
I'm just fantastic.
Good. And you had a good Easter too?
Yep.
Yeah, you spent most
I
of
was
it
with you.
Yeah. Well, that means it was a bad one. I mean.
Take that for what it's worth.
If you guys spend Easter with me, I'm sorry, And next to the goddess we have
The Projectionist. Sorry, I flogged my own name. This is Straight Paul.
Straight Paul. Is that what I said? Projectionist? Is that what I said?
It was close. But yeah. No. Hi.
And how are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. And how was your Easter?
It was okay. Brunch and dinner with the in-laws and stuff. It was fine. Now I have Bush Light. I'm good.
Glad to hear it. And next to Straight Paul we have
Sociopathic fangirl extraordinaire.
Sociopathic fangirl. Should we explain that for Danny?
Nah.
Will it take less than 60 seconds?
Probably.
Yeah.
Okay, so basically we've determined that when the fangirl was younger, she was a sociopath.
Not necessarily just younger.
She just hides it better now.
Hides it.
I've learned the ways of the normal people.
Normal.
She's adapting.
Yes.
Evolving.
Just smile
One
a
of
lot.
us.
Just smile a lot. Yeah.
I don't smile a lot.
Clever
I'm a
girl.
sociopath.
No, that means you're actually normal because you don't actually have to adapt.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wait, no. Yes.
But Easter news aside, if you guys want to just get right into the movie news, we can do that. If you guys have anything you want to bring up real quick.
I heard they're remaking Ghost.
Many things Ghost. Yes, we were discussing that a little bit beforehand, but there were thoughts that they were going to be doing a new Ghost series from Demi Moore and Swayze. But that news is a couple years old. I don't think they're even moving on that now, so
Yeah.
Who knows?
We heard it from some not very reliable sources, which we will not be naming.
No, we will not be naming those sources. But let's get into the movie news. The first one was actually revealed at South by Southwest a few weeks ago, but it's only starting to make the rounds now because it was a kind of an offshoot interview. But the news is that Blumhouse, which is the producers of Insidious and Sinister, are going to be building a shared horror universe with those two movies as the backbone.
That sounds scary.
This is one of the big things in Hollywood right now is the shared universe. Because right now, you have the Star Wars universe where they're going to have the main canon of films, but then offshoot movies. They have the Ghostbusters universe where you have Ghostbuster films and then offshoots of that. You have the Universal Monster universe where you have Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, all of them in a combined universe. And now Blumhouse has said, why don't we do that with horror films? So they're going to combine Insidious and Sinister into one big horror film universe.
In Sinister. Yes.
In Sinisterous.
Doesn't flow as well.
Nah.
It's fine.
Well, since there's so many S's in the title, just say
Snake Universe.
But this is an interesting idea, not only because it's Blumhouse has the rights over these, but I believe the same studio is also the other one is distributed by Paramount, but it's also the same studio that does the Paranormal Activity films.
I think you're right.
So in theory, you could put Paranormal Activity into this too. So this could get even bigger.
So
But
when you say they're in the same universe, how does that make it different?
Yeah, explain it for the
Yeah.
people that don't understand, whoever they might be.
okay,
Definitely not us three.
so right now you have.
Two of you. It's fine.
No,
Right-
I don't understand because horror.
What did you call me?
You know what I said. You heard right.
So, for those people who have seen Insidious or Sinister, or who haven't seen it, I should say.
Awesome films.
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
Well, in Insidious, what you have is this universe where you can have people who are possessed by spirits. We'll just call them spirits.
Demons.
Demons, yeah, you can call them that.
Things.
But yeah. Some of them don't appear as demons. Some of them just appear as ghosts or people, but mostly they are demons, yeah. They possess you, and no matter where you go, the haunting goes with you. It's not like the house is haunted. The person
Like
is haunted.
poltergeist,
Yeah. In the Insidious world, there is like an alternate dream world, like an undead world, where you can slip into that reality and interact with these demons and ghosts and what have you. It also is some sort of timeline dimension where you can actually slip back and forth in time, and the ghosts can do the same thing.
And the other thing about that universe, if I'm not mistaken, is that it looks just like the regular universe, except a little distorted.
It looks
So-
a lot more fog.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
you're in
And
the same
blackness.
location basically, but everything's kind of drawn out.
Yes.
And you can still interact with the real world while you're in the
Yes.
dream world.
Exactly. Now you can't interact with people, but you can interact with objects, pianos,
Houses,
doors,
yeah,
windows,
like-
stuff like that. Yes, which plays into the greater Insidious story between the first and second movies. We don't know if they're going to play into that into the third one. It's a whole new family in the third one, so
third
we don't know
one's the-
how. What's that?
Isn't the third one a prequel?
Yes,
like
it is
how
a prequel.
began?
Yeah. Because the woman that Kim doesn't like is coming back, and she's alive for some
I
reason.
hate that old
I
woman.
The
know.
old lady?
Oh,
Yeah.
God, I hate her.
She's fantastic.
She's the devil.
She's the devil.
I hate her.
Plot twist: she's the devil.
Wait, was she the woman in Devil? No, she
No,
wasn't.
no, that
No.
was
So, oh my God, that'd be
Different old lady.
amazing. That'd be great.
I hate her too.
What was she in? What was that other movie she was in?
Oh, I know exactly.
Which one? The devil lady or the
The woman you
Insidious
don't like
lady?
from Insidious.
She's been in several other things.
She's been in something that was really popular.
Yeah.
I'll look her up. Go on with your...
Okay.
thing.
Thank you, Danny.
Sorry.
But that's how the world of Insidious works. It's like there's the real world, then there's the alternate dream world, and they interact with each other, and it gets creepy.
Oh, she's the woman from all the... like the Stuck on Yous and the Something About Marys.
Oh, right. She
Yeah.
was in Something About Mary.
yeah, she's in all those movies.
Right.
That's what-
Now,
Sorry,
in,
go on.
in Sinister, which was actually written by someone we're a fan of, C. Robert Cargill,
Love that
used to
movie.
be part of Spill.com. Sinister is a world where you don't really know that there's a larger demonic presence in the world. There's really only one demon, which is Bagul, I think is its name, right?
Yep.
And he haunts children. Now, I don't want to give away too much of the movie if you haven't seen it. You really should just go watch Sinister.
Yeah, because he's not allowed within 50 feet of a school.
That's a whole different movie.
There's a few things I don't want to give away, but just really go watch Sinister. I would rather see more Sinister movies than more Insidious movies.
The second
Yeah.
one looks to be pretty decent.
Yeah, and actually, I'm sorry we're not going to be reviewing the Sinister 2 trailer, which comes out this week, but it comes out later, so sadly we're not going to be able to attach
We'll do it
that
the
to
next
this podcast. We'll do it on the next one,
I'll be
definitely.
here for that one.
Yeah.
I'm missing that.
But in that world, you have families that are tormented by this creature, Bagul, who basically lives inside old, not videotapes, but like 8mm film. He lives inside the film. And the more you watch his films, the more strength he gains. And I always thought, I don't know if this is the route they're going to go with Sinister 2, but I thought it'd be interesting if there were more demons who live like that. You know, kind of like where you had with Babadook, where you had this creature who didn't really necessarily live inside the book, but maybe the book gave him power. We don't really know. With Sinister, the films gave him power. And, you know, the more you watch them, the more he comes into your world. What happens if we transition that to VHS tapes or CDs or DVDs or something like to that effect? You know, it could get, something like cliche like Fear.com or The Ring or One Missed Call in a hurry. You don't want to do that. But you could go down that route into a bigger universe with Sinister. Now, combining these two, which is what this story is about, is going to be very, very tricky. Because in Sinister, we only know of the one monster, Bagul. In Insidious, there are hundreds of them. So, Bagul could get lost in the mix of all these others. So, I get why they're doing this, but I don't necessarily agree that it needs to be done. It's just the thought that I forget the guy who heads up Blumhouse, Jason Blum. He really just wants to have a big Marvel, as he calls it, a Marvel-style universe. So he wants to bring like all his horror films into one big universe.
So
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So like Insidious is like Iron Man and Sinister is like
Thor or Captain America.
yeah,
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
he wants to make a movie like Avengers.
Yeah, but horror.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It turned out to be like Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah.
You got every kind of creature.
If that's what it turns into, fucking A.
That was a good movie.
I would love that.
that movie.
I don't think that's what they're going to do, but I would love that. But I'm very torn about this because I love the Sinister film. You know, and I'm really looking forward to the second one. We haven't heard much about that yet, but I am looking forward to it from the tiny previews and posters we've seen. Insidious, I'm not so much a fan of. I mean, it has good moments, but overall, I'm not a huge fan of it.
I think the first one was a lot better because the original's always better for the most part.
Usually.
But the second one kind of fell off in that it was essentially, to me, the same movie. Like they relied on the same kind of tricks and gags and demons and stuff. And it just wasn't. There was nothing new. That same old lady was in it, and I was like, she's not scary anymore.
Right.
Get her the hell out of here.
And also, in the second one, it looked like they had just run out of money because some of the effects in Insidious 2 looked like they came from Frightland. I mean, I'm seriously, the special effects were terrible.
And I know what you're saying because I remember watching Insidious, even the first one, and being like, this is cheesy. But then I was like, it kind of adds to the sort of like the movie It Follows. Like, it had some cheesy effects to it, but it was like, that's kind of cool.
Right, because it was just practical effects. It was throwback to old horror, which works. And the first half of the first Insidious, I loved. Once they transitioned into that spirit world, I'm like, this is corny as hell, and I kind of don't like it now.
I thought it was gonna be like, so much like fog and darkness everywhere. I was just like, all right, do something.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm torn about it. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm kind of torn. But Jason Blum did confirm that for Insidious 3 and Sinister 2, there are going to be Easter eggs hinting at the bigger universe. So
is there going to be a post-credit scene?
The post-credit scene, yeah. The post-credit scenes hinting at the other movies.
I do that every time I see a movie now. I go right. There's a website out there. It's called like afterthecredits.com or something.
Is there really?
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I'll look it up and get that right for them. But
actually, Paul, who couldn't be here tonight, actually linked me on that earlier, that for Avengers Age of Ultron, there will not be a post-credit scene. There's going to be something in the credits, which they call a tag, but there's not going to be a post-credit scene. So people, don't stay after Avengers Age of Ultron. Stay for the credits a little bit. It'll probably only be maybe 30, 40 seconds in, but don't stay after the movie because you'll be pissed off.
Just to promote those guys a little bit, it's called aftercredits.com.
Aftercredits.com.
And it's, every time I go on there, everybody's already seen the movie anyway, so you'll know.
Okay. Well, thank you. Moving on to a very, very confusing film that's being developed now. Everything okay over there?
Everything's fine.
All good.
You waving off a spirit? What are you doing?
There's a demon over here, and we tag teamed it, and it's gone. High five.
Yeah. Get out of here, Bagul. Get out of here.
Pervert.
There's no kids around here.
But here's a story that came out from 20th Century Fox earlier this week that, on top of all the other strange properties that are being developed, all based off of, things from our childhood or nostalgia, 20th Century Fox is developing a Play-Doh movie.
What?
That doesn't make any sense.
I shit you not. 20th Century Fox is developing a movie based off Play-Doh.
So like the Lego movie, but...
Well,
like
that's why they're doing it. Because the Lego movie was such a success, they're making a Play-Doh
so
movie.
it's basically just like claymation?
Yeah, but like Play-Doh didn't have any...
Like characters?
Right, like
Characters.
Lego
Like,
now
Play-Doh.
has characters now.
I mean-
They've made like games and stuff out of Legos.
Play-Doh's
Right.
like, we're still here.
Right. And now let's be fair here.
We exist.
Who greenlit that?
It's a thing. It exists. So we have to make a movie of it. Yeah. Let's be fair here. Even the terrible films based off of toys, which are Transformers, Battleship,
Toy Story 3. That movie's
no.
terrible. Just kidding. That was a great movie.
No, not that far. But those are actual tangible objects. Those have structure within them. Play-Doh
Have a
is
purpose.
Play-Doh is a mass.
Are you saying that I can't touch Play-Doh? Because I think I can touch Play-Doh.
But there's no form to Play-Doh.
That's the whole point of Play-Doh. You give it.
There
Right.
is if you let it sit out overnight. Yep, it's like that for the rest of your life.
Yeah, pretty
Never
much.
separate those colors. Never coming out.
Nope.
But I don't get how they're going to make a story out of this.
So I mean, like, are they gonna make a barbershop out of where like
Yeah, you have to press the hair and it comes
Right,
out.
yeah.
Making
Petered.
spaghetti all day, yeah.
It's gonna be like Gumby.
Yeah.
But here is a story that came out 20th Century Fox, and yes, it is 20th Century Fox, and they are doing it in collaboration with Hasbro. Oh yeah, because Hasbro has a really good track record with films like, as I mentioned before, Battleship and G.I. Joe's, Transformers, and Ouija, which came out last year, which was an absolute piece
That came
of
out
shit.
last year?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, I feel like I just saw the trailer for that.
Yeah, that came out last year, and
Wow.
it was fucking terrible.
Who did Clue? That was
Clue?
a great film.
that was
Oh,
awesome.
Clue was amazing, but I actually don't think that was Hasbro. I think that was owned by another game developer.
Okay, I can't remember.
But that was one of the few that's the exception.
Of course.
Because you
There's
know what they
always an
did?
exception.
They actually wrote the damn thing, and it was hilarious.
That's a good
It's still one of my favorite movies of the 80s.
Clue also has a story to it.
Yeah.
And that's the
The,
point.
the
of,
game
like,
itself has a story.
characters
Yeah,
and
there's
people.
characters,
Exactly.
right.
It's not something like Play-Doh.
Right.
They have like Yellow Man, Green Man.
Fucking Grape Escape.
Right.
Sorry. Make a movie
Don't
out of
break
Sorry.
the ice.
Oh, God, love that.
Loop and Louie.
Loop and Louie, yep. It from the Pit or Tornado Rex, all of them.
Forbidden Bridge.
Forbidden
That could be a
Bridge.
movie.
Yeah, because keep
No,
rattling
those
them off.
could be movies.
Yeah,
Those could be, yeah.
weren't bad.
Yeah, I knew
Are
none
you
of
listening,
these.
Fox?
None of these.
You were too busy watching
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List. Childhood.
It's so weird. You're so damaged.
Yeah, we've been through
You need
this.
to play Loop and Louie.
What was my theme song? Sociopathic. How does it go? Will had it. My theme song. Oh, was he not singing it to you? He was just singing it to me. Okay, so that doesn't help anybody.
Sorry. Dystopian isn't here to
Nope.
help you with your theme song.
No.
Sorry. But oddly enough, of all the directors to reach out to this, the director who's interested in making a Play-Doh film,
Please say Michael Bay.
no, it's Paul Feig, the director of Bridesmaids and The Heat, and who's going to be directing the upcoming Ghostbusters movie. He wants to direct this.
That means Melissa
McCarthy will be a voice
She
in
is
this.
going to be
yeah,
a voice in
she'll
this,
be a
yeah.
voice of one of the Play-Dohs.
Are we sure it's going to be animated?
Oh,
Get out.
It's going to be live action Melissa McCarthy.
Get out.
I'm glad you said it and not me.
Somebody had to say it. She's hilarious.
I bring this up because there were some others that were announced recently that we didn't get to talk about, but among them, and we did talk about this one, Gem and Holograms is going to be coming out next year,
yeah.
as well as Candyland, Monopoly, Magic the Gathering, and Tonka Trucks. Yeah, all these are getting film adaptations.
I feel like they should just combine some of them. Like,
Yeah, like
Play-Doh
make a
and
toy
Tonka
universe, like the
Truck.
horror universe. Just make a toy universe. It was called Toy Story, actually. That's what
Yeah,
it's called. It's called
that's what they
fucking
did
Toy
that.
Story.
Yeah, sorry, they did
It's
that.
already been made. These movies have all been done.
But you say that, but they did something like that already called Food Fight, if you recall, where they combined all the food items
That was
together.
food.
And it was fucking terrible.
That was just a scam.
I'd probably like it.
I've never even heard of it.
They're striking while the
God.
iron's hot, though. People are into this kind of thing right now, so it's like, fuck it, we can make a quick $60.
Yeah.
Oh, is the Tonka Trucks one going to be like that Maximum Overdrive where the
Yeah.
trucks
If
are
it's
possessed?
like that, if it goes way ridiculous, I'd love it.
I'm telling you, Michael Bay needs to take over. Take it to the
Oh
dark
man. But what was it you had mentioned, Karen, that you didn't? It was something you didn't recognize that I just mentioned.
All of them.
side.
Oh,
All the games.
All the games.
All of childhood.
Yeah. I've not heard of any of them except for Sorry. That was the only one.
Ah, sorry,
Sorry.
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 But
Okay.
I don't get it. I do not get it. The only story I would understand is maybe, I don't know, like something formed from Play-Doh and then having a structure around that. But again,
Same
there's
thing.
no form to Play-Doh. You make
But
whatever
that's
you
the s-
want.
There's no form to Gumby either, but I mean, like they did the same thing with the Lego universe. Like, there's no Lego story per se.
Yeah, but
they
there's
made a
themes
story
to
out
it. I mean, look, with the Lego movie, they had so many established properties attached to it that you could build structure around. There was the general plot, yes, but there's nothing like that for Play-Doh. There isn't Star Wars Play-Doh. There isn't Harry Potter.
You had a sad childhood.
Play-Doh,
because I had Star Wars Play-Doh. It was just a big ball. It looked like the Death Star.
And then
look, I did it. It's just
I made it.
just took it out of the can that way.
Yeah,
You'd have to squish it a little. It's more like a cylinder.
I was pretty lazy.
Oh,
so.
okay.
but
It's a sphere. Got it.
I just don't understand this one.
I feel like all it is that they're making a claymation movie with Play-Doh, and they're just saying Play-Doh.
Right.
Like they're really.
It could be about anything at this
Yeah.
point.
Gumby and Pokey. That's it. It's gonna be Gumby and Pokey.
I would love to see a Gumby movie if that's what they were doing. Yeah.
Take our word. Do a Gumby movie
If
instead.
it's claymation, don't make it like CG or some shit.
yeah.
No.
Live
make it-
action Gumby movie. With fucking Bill Hader.
Bill Hader.
Next thing is going to be a Hot Wheels racing movie.
Oh, well, they've had hundreds of them. They've already played. I mean, they haven't been major releases, but there's been dozens of Hot Wheels movies.
What's it, hundreds or dozens? Jesus.
Dozens of hundreds, yes.
There has been
my God.
1,200 movies.
But yeah, I can't say that this is a good idea. They're like you said, they're striking while the iron's hot. They're just banking on nostalgia, but
That's how you do it.
I don't know. Next we'll hear about a Silly Putty movie. I don't know.
Where you just take imprints of the
Cameron.
newspaper
Yeah,
comics.
exactly. But moving into our favorite corner for the week, the Reboot Corner! Yeah. And there was much rejoicing.
I like reboots, damn it. On with the reboots.
But to be fair, this one is being called a revival because, like we always mention, there's always new terms. Reboot, reimagining, recycling, recalibration, now revival.
Revival sounds like it's going to be a little religious.
Yeah.
Well,
They have revival of like Broadway shows, right? They just.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it is the religious aspect of it, like
Right.
giving it new life.
right.
Giving it Jesus.
But
Sprinkle
this
a little
one
Jesus.
has been confirmed by Netflix that there is going to be a revival of Full House.
See, I'm on board with that.
Wait, does that mean they're getting the original cast?
Yes.
Uncle fucking Jesse.
I would watch that.
Like a TV show, like a Netflix series.
Original?
Yes. It's going to be a 13-episode revival.
I am really excited.
Really?
She is. You
Yes!
cannot see her face, but that is legit.
Now,
That's more like a reunion.
a 13-episode
revival.
reunion,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's a good way to say
the,
it.
the
Revival,
working title
reunion.
right now is Fuller House.
Oh, God.
That's because they all have babies and heroin in their veins.
Now, not all of the cast has been confirmed back, but Candace Cameron Burr, who was DJ, has been confirmed, as well as Andrea Barber, who was Kimmy Gibbler. Yep, she's been confirmed.
Dave Coulier is probably not confirmed yet.
He is.
Oh!
Now,
he needs work.
they're not going to be slated for every episode, but they will be making guest appearances throughout the entire season. That's Bob Saget, John Stamos, and
Dave Coulier.
Dave Coulier. Yep.
Cool, yay.
Coulier. Sorry,
You
I
know
said
that
Coulier.
song by Alanis Morissette, You Ought to Know, was written about Dave
Yes,
Coulier?
yes, it was.
How hilarious is that?
The
dude?
crowd say barely.
Who was so upset to leave him? It's like, I'm done with Popeye! And then she just fucking walks out.
Fucking beaver you always bring out talking to me. I'm sick of that shit.
Was it made of? What?
Wow, you do that very well.
I watch way too much TV.
What you need to do is get that beaver talking
Don't
with
say
Alan
it.
Rickman.
I knew that.
Them having a
I knew you were gonna say
conversation.
That would take a little bit.
Greatest series ever right there. Alan Rickman.
Be better than a fucking Play-Doh movie.
Yes, it would. But yes, this has been confirmed by Netflix. And again, they're not getting the entire cast back. They haven't confirmed either of the...
Jodie Sweetin or Mary-Kate and Ashley
Mary-Kate and
Olsen.
Ashley, yeah.
Okay, I know the whole fucking cast.
I don't know
No
how they
comment.
play that. Like, it's just a lost twin that comes back miraculously.
So
Well,
only
there was
one,
only
of
one
them
of them.
said they were good.
Well,
yeah, it's
well,
only one kid.
You wouldn't just cast one of them. That'd be terrible.
You
Wait.
would just
Well,
do
you
what they
couldn't
did
have
as
both of
kids. You would
them.
just have them.
What about Nikki and Alex? That Dylan and Thomas Baker? Is that what
Oh,
their names are?
yeah.
No confirmed?
Nothing confirmed on that yet.
What about Lori
Aunt
Loughlin?
Becky.
She was hot.
Yeah, she was.
She was on something like a different TV
Desperate
show.
Housewives or something stupid.
Something like that.
But no, they haven't confirmed any of them. The only ones that are confirmed are the three I mentioned, as well as DJ and Kimmy Gibbler.
Gotcha.
They're the only ones.
Yeah, I'll
What
watch the
about
shit out of that.
Steve?
Aladdin?
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Scott Wang.
I don't know.
He was
But-
the voice of Aladdin.
Yep.
Love that guy.
The original
Awesome.
series ran for 8 seasons, and look,
Eight
my
amazing
family loved
seasons.
it. I was the only one in my family who didn't love it.
I
I'm
still
sorry.
watch Full House every fucking day.
It was, I don't know. I watch it now and I crack up just because I know how raunchy Bob Saget is and how he was like dying in that show.
If you have not seen it, you have to check out the outtakes from Full House.
Yes, they
'Cause
are
Bob
hilarious.
Saget just goes off, dude.
I know. In front
Talks
of the
about
kids.
his dick and everything. It's hilarious. You have to watch the outtakes on that.
Oh man, and his stand up is hilarious.
He's a dirty old man.
Oh yes, he is.
And I
But
say old because he's over 30.
yep.
I'm just teasing.
But I don't know. I feel like they're doing this series not because it's creative or they just want to have a reunion. It's banking on more nostalgia. That's all
Absolutely.
it is.
That's what's in right now.
Yeah, just banking on
I think I
nostalgia.
made a couple notes like that in
Yeah.
the trailer list today.
But I think that's okay for this.
Do you?
Yeah, Full House. You don't fuck with Full House. Dude, if it's like Full House, the Saved by the Bell thing took off on the Jimmy Fallon show. People fucking love that, dude.
But that
thing
was one
blew
time.
up.
Yeah.
That was
That was
one time.
This is
Yeah.
one time, too. It's only 13 episodes.
And Netflix has actually been doing a lot of great originals. So
They have.
I'm
have.
totally on board with this. Like I think that, they're on a roll. So
Okay. I was never a huge fan of the original series, but if you're a fan of the original series, yeah, you'll probably get behind this and you'll probably like it, no matter what they show, just because it's your childhood.
it's more Full House.
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Right.
Just like more Saved by the Bell. I'd be okay with that.
I never watched.
Bring it on. More Family Matters. Bring them all on.
Oh God.
Well, one of them's in trouble right
Step
now.
by Step?
Darius McRae got in trouble for
Yeah.
not paying his child support or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
I still love you, Darius.
What did you say? Step by Step.
Yes.
I did watch Step by Step.
Hanging with Mr. Cooper.
Oh yes.
God, it was a good show.
None of these.
Your childhood
I know.
makes me weep.
Oh.
It hurts my heart.
Makes me weep too. Again, just sitting in front of the TV watching Schindler's List. So.
Right.
This is like the saddest story I've ever heard. You better put some violin music in here when she's talking. Every
The
time
world's
she talks
smallest
about her life.
But let's get into the trailers. Sorry for ranting that long, people, but we're gonna move on to our
I'm
first
not.
trailer, which is Hot Pursuit.
What I'm about to say cannot leave this room. Do you know who Vicente Cortez is?
Yes, he is the top lieutenant in the cartel. He is known as the Bank of Bogota, the Tender, the Lender, the Money Launderer, El Chapo, the Pork Chop, La Chuleta.
Okay. Tomorrow morning, you will escort our witness to Dallas so she can testify against Cortez.
Mrs. Riva, we have got to get going.
Look at you, you're teeny tiny. You're like a little dog that I can put in my purse.
But Cortez has killed every witness we've had.
You're in danger, ma'am. Everything's gonna be fine.
What about my husband?
Everything but your husband's gonna be fine.
Starting off with this, the director is Anne Fletcher, who for a long time was actually a choreographer in Hollywood. She worked on dozens of films as far as choreography, things I wouldn't even think would need choreography. But yeah,
Give me a couple.
I don't have a list of them. It's a really, really long
Get
list.
back to me another time.
You can pull up her name if you want. I mean, it's a really, really long list.
What did you say her name was? Anne Hathaway?
No. Anne Fletcher.
Real steel. Get him to the Greek. Walk hard. So, step up. Okay. Yeah.
Choreography is more than just dance.
40-year-old
Choreographed
virgin.
Fights, you have
Right,
to
Longest
choreograph
yard.
everything.
Along came Polly.
Right.
Anything
Yeah.
where that involves
all right.
a lot of
You see the
movement.
list.
Yeah, she's got some stuff behind her.
Yeah, a lot of choreography
A
work.
lot of stuff behind
Now,
her.
as far as director, she has directed Step Up, 27 Dresses, The Proposal, and The Guilt Trip. Yeah, and there's the Fangirl.
Ryan Reynolds.
Of those, the best was The Proposal. That's the best one out of those movies I just listed.
That was a good
It's
movie.
a great film.
27 Dresses was
Nah.
pretty crappy. Step Up. Did anyone here like Step Up?
I didn't see it.
Fangirl's fixing her ponytail.
I didn't dislike it.
I mean, that was the first real Channing Tatum movie.
yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh, Step Up's on. Click.
Yeah.
It wasn't awful.
Well, I mean, for
But
me,
you don't like dance movies.
and I was about to say that I do not fundamentally get dance movies.
Genoa probably loved it.
Probably. But also we have The Guilt Trip, which was Barbara Streisand and Seth Rogen. That came out. And again, also very lukewarm response to that. So this director has had one pretty good film, The Proposal, but all the rest are either meh or ugh. Sorry. But again, a lot of choreography work. In this, we have Reese Witherspoon, who is right off a really good year. She was in The Wild and Inherent Vice last year, both of which got tons of praise. And she was also the producer for Gone Girl. I did not know that. So she had a lot of good work last year. We also have Sophia
Vergara.
Yeah,
Vergara.
of course from Modern Family is what we know her from. Has she been in anything else besides Modern Family?
Yes, she was in that movie with Chef, I think it was.
Oh, Chef!
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that, but I heard
I
a
heard it
lot
was
of good
really
things
good,
about it.
yeah.
And also in this we have Robert Kaczynski, who you probably know him as the other Jaeger pilot from Pacific Rim.
The one who died.
Yeah. Spoilers.
Spoiler
yeah.
alert.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe early.
Like you mean
The one who
No, not him.
The one who ends up piloting with Idris Elba in the end.
Oh, that's
Love Idris Elba.
I wasn't even going for that. So you can. I thought I was like talking like I thought you meant like at the beginning,
brother?
like the brother.
No,
or
not the
something.
brother. No.
So
Yeah, the guy who's like an asshole, but then ends up becoming a good guy towards the end. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But that's I didn't mean to spoil anything. I was thinking of the brother. So.
From the very beginning. Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, that's in the very beginning. That's not a spoiler. Sorry,
Exactly.
guys. But yeah, he's in this, and I didn't know this, and Will would be excited for this, but he's actually going to be playing Orgrim Doomhammer in the upcoming Warcraft movie. And that's a very, very pivotal role in that universe. So I hope he pulls that off well. And no one else here is probably into Warcraft, but sorry. But the plot of this is very much along the lines of something like, I see it like Identity Thief, where you have someone who is not necessarily the straight or the straight arrow character, but they have to go off on what's basically a road trip
Due date.
to escort someone else. Or due date would be a good example. Yeah, to escort someone else who is the comic relief. Now, in this, it is a cop who is Reese Witherspoon.
Wait, are you saying that Reese Witherspoon's character is not on the straight and narrow?
No. I'm
Sophia.
saying she is.
Yeah. But
Assigning
isn't
to the characters.
me.
but isn't
terribly.
that the formula for like any kind of buddy cop movie?
Me, myself, and Irene.
Yeah, it's just
Like-
a buddy movie.
Yeah.
Well, I would say it's a formula
The Heat.
for a pair road trip film. Yes, very much so. And I'm don't beat me to it, but let me finish up the summary here. But
Who are you sticking up for? What movie is like?
I don't know. What am I?
Every
what am I
movie like
doing?
this is just terrible. So just go on.
No,
with your thing.
not
Honestly, I
necessarily.
haven't seen
think
any. I don't
so.
think.
But the plot to this is that there's a drug kingpin or a drug lord somewhere who's coming up for a court date, and apparently all of the witnesses who are going to testify against him have been killed. Now, I forget if they say if it was this woman or her husband who was the witness. Was
The
it
husband, I think, was the witness.
Was the
I
husband?
thought
No,
it
I
was
think
her.
she was the
Was it?
witness.
She was the witness?
She was the
Oh,
Oh,
witness.
because she said at one point she was like, "What about my husband?" She was like, "I'm sorry."
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think it was her.
She didn't save him because he wasn't important.
It wasn't
Yeah.
important, yeah. But she has to protect this woman before the court date. So, of course, they flee the scene where everyone's getting shot up and apparently they're trying to kill the witness. And then it's about her getting back to the court or the police station or wherever they're trying to get to safely.
Well, we
15 blocks.
really know
Where they're
because the
going.
cops are after them.
Right.
Well,
So if they
well,
were just
she
let
was
themselves get
framed. They were
arrested-
framed for something.
Right. But
Right.
what I'm saying is, if they were just getting arrested, like they could just let themselves get arrested and then they'd be like, "Oh, we're at the
But, like,
cops." But,
yeah,
So they must
but-
have to prove something first.
Yeah.
It's a comedy
Oh,
version of 16 Blocks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you
Fucking
go.
love that movie. Sorry. Got to drop the most deaf.
Or I was thinking there was like so much corruption up the ranks or something. That,
And
like-
that's what it is. I'm pretty sure it pulls a lot into police corruption that they're tying in with the drug lord and everything. Yeah.
Basically, we're saying that this kind of plot hasn't been done before.
never. Oh my god.
Is that what we're saying?
Definitely.
Yeah. But, and I'm sure you'll think me, kind of either callous or cynical for this, but I have a feeling this is going to be Reese Witherspoon's won after her good year last year. And we talk about that a lot, how you get the nomination or the award for the Academy Award. Then you have the one where you just want to forget about being the good actor or good actress afterwards.
Did she not have one after Walk the Line?
She did. I forget what it was, though. There was one that was just kind of...
Legally Blonde
It
3.
wasn't Water for Elephants. It was something else. Because Water for Elephants was actually pretty good, with the exception of Robert Pattinson. Yeah, everyone else in that movie was good. Why?
I don't think this movie is going to be as bad as you think. I think it's going to be surprisingly funny.
I think so too. I think it's going to be adorable. I'm super looking forward to it, because if this were like a buddy cop movie, like if it was like two dudes or something, like you'd be like, oh yeah, you know, at least it's fun. I don't know what you would say. I'm being awful right now.
If it was that, it would be like Due Date, which Due Date wasn't that good.
I've never seen
that. Was Robert Downey Jr. and Zach Galifianakis, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And again, very, very lukewarm response to that. I was just very meh about it. Which again, I don't think I'm gonna hate this, but I'm saying I think it's gonna be very meh.
I'm comparing it. I'm sorry.
No. Go. After you.
I was just gonna say I'm comparing it kind of to the first impression I got was Pineapple Express. It was like it's this really wannabe comedy, and then there's just a bunch of action happening in the background. It's like after watching the trailer, I was like, you know what? This might have some really decent action in it that kind of gets you all like, all right, action movie is cool. And then there's like comedy relief, and you're like,
right,
it's all right.
Pineapple Express is actually a good comparison, but you may hate me for it. I didn't really like Pineapple Express.
I loved it. It was one of my favorite movies.
I didn't see
it.
But I hear you. That's a love-hate movie. Nobody's like, oh, that was okay, I guess.
Right. And again, I'm not saying I hate this formula. It is a very, very much overused formula in Hollywood, but that doesn't necessarily mean I outright hate it. It can work.
Right. I'm not saying it's original. I'm just saying if with the right writers,
I think it could be a fun movie.
It could. I'm just afraid because of the track record of this director. That's all. That's all I'm saying. We've only had one good movie out of her track record.
Isn't that... I don't know. I just hate when you do that, because I think most of where a good movie comes from is in the writing.
I agree with you. Because, like, you know, some people who are like you always criticize and the director who's done the Twilight movies or whatever, and then he gets attached to other things, and then you're like, oh well, you know, he did Twilight, and that's his one movie that, you know, I'll give it a pass for. But the writing was bad. Like sometimes when the writing is bad, it's like you can't do anything with it.
Yeah. That's fair. I mean, there's something to be said about good direction, bad writing, or good writing, bad direction. There's something to be said for that. But when the director has a track record that long, it tells me that even with a good or bad script, they're not putting out good movies. That's my point. Because even a good director with a crappy script can pump out something pretty good.
Every once in a
while. Or vice versa.
I think that's very rare.
Yeah.
It's rare, but I wouldn't even say it's rare.
Give me an example, because I can't.
Of something with a poor script but a good director?
And
that was successful.
That was successful, and you ended up enjoying it.
There was...
Make that up.
Wizard of Oz.
That's terrible.
Like the old Wizard of Oz.
Wow.
Fantastic movie. Terrible script. I do a good witch or a bad witch. Terrible script.
Trying to think of a good example recently. Oh gosh, there was one by, of all people, I hate the writer, Aaron Kruger, who wrote something recently that was actually not. He wrote it, but because of the director, ended up turning pretty good. Look up Aaron Kruger for me.
Got it. Blood and Chocolate, Brothers Grimm, The Ring 2, Skeleton Key, The Ring.
Skeleton Key. That was it. Skeleton Key was poorly written, but because of the direction, it actually turned out pretty good.
Okay.
Not great, but it
wasn't
was
that good.
He wrote
Okay,
Reindeer
I
Games.
actually have kind of an example.
Okay.
The writing itself wasn't great, but the movie was amazing. The direction was amazing. But then it also benefited from a good story, and that was Pacific Rim.
Good example. Because Guillermo del Toro has trouble writing English.
Right.
He does. He has a trouble with dialogue.
But it benefited from a very good story.
Right.
I feel like
and
when
good
the
direction
story,
as
but
well.
I'm not talking. When I say writing, I don't mean like literally just what people are saying.
Like, not just the English.
Plot.
Like, yeah, the story. Like, the story is important.
Yeah.
Other words that mean the same thing.
Right.
Isn't written poorly, then it's gonna more than likely
shitty.
be a bad movie.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm sorry, that took me way too long.
It's okay. And again, there's something to be said for that. But when something is so formulaic like this, you have to be a really damn good writer to bring something original to the table. That's my thoughts.
But we don't know. It could.
Okay, but also at the same time, like, well, I am so lost as to what we're talking about.
Look,
like, I don't
man,
even know what we're arguing about
I think
anymore.
what Mike is saying is that this has been done so many times. This whole
Formula.
scenario, the whole formula has been done so many times. It's just the odds aren't in its favor to be
No.
a fantastic,
Right.
knock me out of
Right.
my fucking shoes
and you're
movie.
correct.
That's fine.
I
In
think that's all he's saying.
that. No, though.
Yes, he is.
No,
No.
because
Stop pointing
he
at
was,
the sky.
Because he was
he
also
always-
saying the director.
Yes, he
like, he was just
judges
like,
a movie
because of the
strictly by the
director.
director.
Not just the director.
But you said that earlier. You can look. We have it on record.
What did I say? Well, okay, what did I say? What did I
Like,
say?
he was just like, well, due to the track record of this director, I don't think this is going to be a
Right.
very good movie.
Right.
Right.
Because it's the same formula. It's been
But
done
that's
a million
not what
times.
he's saying.
Okay.
That's
That
not
is
what he's
what
saying.
he's
Let me give an
saying.
example.
The director,
Michael Bay.
though.
Go extreme example. Michael Bay. Look at his track record. Despite having good and bad writers attached, he has a shitty track record. But he has one or two good movies in there. You might have a good writer attached to the director eventually, and that's why it comes through. With this, she had obviously, a good time with. Well, I should say a good time. She had a good.
She had a great time. It was good.
She had a good film with The Proposal. Okay, even The Proposal, I didn't love it, but I thought it was good.
I loved it.
Yeah, me too.
But out of the films that she's directed, that's 1 out of 4 that was a hit. All the others I would consider a miss.
I hear you.
That's only 5 movies, but we'll
Look,
just
the two women like the two women
going.
like the women movie, and the two guys are like, it's probably gonna bomb.
Well, no, I don't even think it's going to bomb.
I think it's gonna bomb.
No. Look, the formula they have, these two actresses, I think there's going to be good chemistry between them. I think there can be some good comedy.
Can't stand
I'm just
Sophia.
afraid it's going to be way too formulaic for its own good. That's what I'm afraid of.
I think it's gonna be awful.
I liked the short jokes. I think they were adorable.
The short jokes.
the old joke.
The old jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I think both of them together.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You called me 50. That's 3 minutes of jokes right there. Like that's all right.
Also, what
Next
are
scene.
What are your thoughts on the final joke in the trailer?
I can't remember.
The period joke.
Oh my God! I
happened?
stopped the trailer. No, I'm done. I don't want to listen to this. It's dumb.
When they're talking about, she says,
They're
she's
getting
having
out of
some
the
problems. And then Sophia starts just rambling
She explained
on.
menstruation.
Yeah.
Because it's.
But you don't know what they cut out. I think they cut something out.
Yeah. No, but I think what was funny was
They need to
because
cut out.
it was because there was the guys getting super uncomfortable with.
Yeah.
Yeah, never
women
seen that before in a
describing-
movie.
Yeah. Well, or in real life.
I don't get uncomfortable. I don't care.
Well,
I
Really?
paused
Is that why
it.
you
You're
turned it off?
I
special.
paused it because it was stupid.
No.
Like it wasn't funny. I was like, I know how periods work. I know how menstruation works. I get it. Like all she's doing is explain, and they're like, "Oh my God, it's gross!
Yeah, it's like
I
they're
can't
12.
believe it, bro."
Yeah, it's like
I was
they're
like,
12
this is
years
dumb.
old. Like,
Turn it
really?
off.
Is this how they would react?
Yeah,
Oh,
they're
wow,
police officers.
it's just
they're
like-
grown men.
Men having negative reactions as to men being portrayed badly in a movie. Wow. Oh, so sad.
Those too many words.
I'm confused now. What are you saying?
Well,
Men
you
having
guys-
bad reactions to men
both
being
of you-
portrayed badly in a movie.
I got it.
Right?
That's not why I turned it off. I turned it
No,
off
I know,
because it
I
was
know.
stupid.
You're special and you're awesome, okay? Yeah,
right,
let's
I'll
go with
take
that.
I will take that all day.
But yeah,
I think she went to say something else, like more.
vivid.
Yes, and that's what grossed him out.
I agree. I mean, I know what you're saying,
That's
but
probably
I
it was
think
cut
that
from the trailer,
that quote
yeah.
unquote, I'm putting quotes on this. That joke is archaic, and it sounds like something that comes from Married with Children. Like that's not funny.
Hey,
it's
Are
funny
you
if
saying
Al
Married
Bundy
with
does it.
Children isn't funny.
No, I'm saying if
No.
Al Bundy did it, it's funny. But it's 2015. Like that's not. Period jokes aren't really funny anymore.
That wasn't
That was your ending joke in the trailer. It was terrible. I'm sorry. It's gonna be a terrible movie. I gotta pee.
Okay, drop the mic. I don't think it's going to be terrible.
Not like a 17th
Century
century
period
period joke.
Go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom. Go. You're awesome. Go to the bathroom.
I can still hear. Oh my god, I got pee so bad I can't hear.
Yeah. No, okay, we'll wrap up with this. We'll wait until Danny gets back to get into the next trailer. But again, I'm not outright gonna hate this. I think it could have some genuinely funny moments. I'm just afraid of what it could turn into, and I do think it's going to be Reese Witherspoon's one after her great year in 2014. That's just my fear. Now we're gonna have Wizard of Oz on our mind the rest of the night.
Yeah, I was singing in the bathroom the whole time.
So we're going to move on to our next trailer, which is Infinitely Polar Bear.
It'd be good for me to have
A routine.
Hold on. Yes, a routine. Have some breakfast. The most important meal of the day. Amelia, let's go! That's a lot of routine.
You can do it.
Is this something to do with feminism?
You're all welcome to come to our apartment.
We don't want people to see how we live.
Big deal how you live. It's not your fault.
Girls tell me it has no floor.
It had no floor. I scavenged these from your kitchen.
Fangirl?
She's gonna cry.
Yeah. I saw the trailer and I was just like, oh my god, this is
Adorable?
Yeah, it was just everything feelings.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to this one, not just because of the cast, but Mark Ruffalo has become really good over the last few years. At first, he was just that I don't know, just what it wasn't awkward, but he was in a lot of romantic comedies and just
13 going on 30.
Right, just all those awkward films.
Jinx, throw me a Coke.
Why don't you just give me a beer?
Take that.
She owes me.
Yeah.
But you talked first.
Yeah.
So you owe her. I didn't say
This is
anything.
bullshit.
She didn't
Why
say
did you sit me
anything.
between the two women?
You sat there. You
was
could have sat
open.
over there.
It was open. I feel distanced over there right now.
Whatever, man.
My mojo's in here.
Anyway, the director of this is Maya Forbes, and this is actually going to be her directorial debut, but she has been a screenwriter for The Rocker, which was, I forget who was in that. Wasn't Bill Hader in that?
No, The Rocker
guy
was,
who
it
played,
was Dwight from The Office.
Yeah,
him. Yeah.
Rainn Wilson.
Yes, him. And she was also a screenwriter for Monsters vs. Aliens.
Great
It's
movie.
actually one of my favorite DreamWorks films.
I love that movie.
I was thinking.
Also, Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
So whenever people say Monsters vs. Aliens, I keep thinking cowboys and aliens.
Oh,
That's
Cowboys
Daniel
vs.
Craig.
Aliens.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people didn't like that. I had an okay time with that
Oh,
movie.
I haven't seen it, but I wanted to see it because it was was it James Bond and Indiana Jones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Craig. Yeah. Which, but in and of itself, that should be a great pairing.
Yeah.
But,
Anyway, sorry.
And that's okay.
Speaking of... Never mind. Go on.
No, sorry. But of course, in this we have Mark Ruffalo straight off his performance in Foxcatcher, which apparently in Foxcatcher he was really good. I mean, everyone was talking about the performances of Steve Carell and Channing Tatum, but apparently Mark Ruffalo was just as good. So, power to him. We also have Zoe Saldana, and was I the only one who at first thought that this was maybe an alternate tale of the Hulk and Gamora getting together?
Yes. Yes, you were.
Pretty much.
Having little green babies. Paul's laughing somewhere.
And you.
And me. But yeah, the plot of this is I believe this is actually somewhat based around a true story, and the director of this, Maya Forbes, this is based around her father, and it's about a man who is manic depressive and has bipolar disorder, having to raise two girls on his own while the wife goes to Columbia to either get her master's or doctorate. I forget what it is. And the trials that they go through, and him basically having no money at all. Like you see in the trailer, there's a hole in the bottom of their car. You know, the girls just being constantly embarrassed and corralled by him. And I have a feeling that this is going to be an awkward, funny movie, but also just going to be gut-wrenching.
Yep.
You know, something like this is like, oh, man.
Again, I think you need to stop putting trailers on there. Like, you've made me cry, like, every single time that
I'm
we've had
sorry.
a podcast.
But we have to talk about it, though.
Every time.
I am sorry. I have to talk about it. If it's going to be a good movie, I want to talk about
You
it.
should just at least, like, put a disclaimer or a warning for me. Just like, you're going to cry.
Is this like your trigger warning?
Yeah.
Okay, you're gonna cry at this trailer. Trigger warning. Oh man. But yeah, apparently this is based around true events. We don't know how much they're going to, exacerbate them in this, but I am very much looking forward to this. I think the cast is solid. I think it's going to be telling, not a unique tale, because we've seen stories like this before. A good example, like I Am Sam, which took a very extreme stance on what this was about, someone with mental retardation raising a child. But, that's, I think that was Dakota Fanning in that, along with, was it Sean Penn?
Yes.
Yeah. And that's a whole other stance. But this is, obviously a bit more milder than that, but still just as tragic with manic depressive and...
But I think also a lot more relatable.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. And this is someone who can still function fully in society, but is, still extremely socially inept and can only do so much.
Other than the fact that I usually don't like to go see movies that make me cry, but I think I'm really looking forward to this.
Yeah, as am I. I'm shocked this isn't coming out later. I think with the cast they have, this could be an Oscar contender. I really mean that. I avoided the term. I was waiting for it. I was just like, oh, is he going to say it? Is he going to say it? Oscar bait. She's going to hit me.
Stab you with my microphone.
I'm going to get 30 punches. Is that it?
We do not condone violence on this podcast.
Unless it's towards Michael Bay, then go right ahead. I don't have much more to say other than, yes, I'm looking forward to this. Straight Paul, anything?
I'm reading the quotes from I Am Sam, and it's just making me sad.
Oh, gosh.
Don't do that.
It's a good movie.
Well, it was... it was okay. I didn't hate it, but
I'm not saying the acting was fucking through the roof, but it was just like the situation was
sad. Yes, very much so.
So I can see this one kind of hitting home a little bit too. So I like Mark Ruffalo a lot.
Also,
it's great.
Was I the only one who thought that this trailer took a couple strange stabs at feminism?
Explain.
No, why?
There was, at one point, there was the old man talking to Mark Ruffalo, and he's like, is this a feminism thing? Do you remember that?
Okay. And so how is that a stab to feminism?
Well, and also the line at the end where the woman's in the elevator.
Oh, talking about how
evolved it is, and that most men would be emasculated by you doing this, and Mark Ruffalo looking all perturbed and sad.
Yeah. I don't know. That's two little tiny things.
I mean, no, I'm not saying the whole movie's going to do that. I just thought, is this movie taking a stance on that?
No, I don't think it's taking. I mean, what stance do you think it's taking?
I don't know.
You're getting into a whole ball of wax you don't want to get into.
Oh, I know, but I don't know what it's saying. I don't. It seems that it was two moments that they picked out explicitly for this trailer to include.
Well, to me, I think it was kind of like it wasn't so much taking a stab at feminism.
But that's part of the story.
Or is it taking a stab at emasculation? Is that what it's saying?
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say it's taking a stab at it so much as that's part of the story, is the fact that he's the one with the mental disability, so he's got to be the one that has to deal with all those kinds of comments and all those kinds of situations.
And I think it's a commentary on that.
Yeah.
As compared
maybe not so much as a stab.
Exactly. Yeah. No. I was saying, I didn't say it was a stab. He said it was a stab. I'm just clarifying.
I'm not yelling at you. I'm yelling at Projectionist.
I'm not saying it's knocking feminism. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's trying to create some sort of commentary on it, which I don't know if it is.
I thought they were just jokes in the movie, and then that's why they were in the trailer.
I agree. I think you might be looking a little too much. I noticed. Now that you say it, I'm like, okay. I noticed they said a couple things about it, but that's the fact of the matter is that's a situation. The situation is he's the one with the issue, and he's the one that has to take care of the girls.
But in a movie that's going to be dealing with depression and bipolar, and is it enough to also include men being emasculated because they are no longer the breadwinners?
So. No, I think that's what it's trying to say. Like, it's not like it's not black and white. Like, it's as Straight Paul here was saying, like, this is part of the story. It is a commentary on kind of like what this person is going through as a father who's staying at home taking care of the kids.
Okay, so it's about what he has to deal with despite all his issues.
It's giving you the whole spectrum.
And the fact that he has now having to deal with emasculation because of what's going on.
Quite possibly.
I thought he was just someone... It seemed to me, the impression I got of his character was that he was someone who could not hold down a job. So it's not really emasculating him because he never could.
Right. And I think more on that, it's just the idea that... Shit, hold on, I lost my train of thought.
No, it's okay. Oh, easy.
Ow.
Whoa.
I don't think that's going to make you remember.
Now you're just going to be in pain. It's not going to help. It's okay. It's okay.
Shitty bang bang.
Doesn't make it not a curse word.
I wasn't trying to not.
It's a sequel to Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. Shitty Bang Bang.
It's really bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
I'm sorry.
When you remember later, just record it and send it to Mike, and he'll dub it in.
Right. I can do that. I can do that.
Oh, I'm so sad now.
Just have 10 seconds of silence so we can.
I think we already did.
I'm pretty sure that happened already. I'm sorry. We can continue.
Okay. I'm sorry.
About stuff.
But yeah, overall, yes. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be quite good. Moving on to our next trailer, which is Aurora.
Now, human nature has brought us this far, and the global consequences are all too obvious. I'm afraid it cannot bring us into the future. What if we could finally make this world a utopia for the generations to come? This is Kronos.
This one is very...
Stupid.
No, you're not stupid. This trailer was awful. This is how you don't make trailers.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. I was so bored.
Yeah. This trailer explained nothing.
And this is a trailer, like
Yeah.
official trailer.
Oh, this is not even a teaser.
This looked like every other movie I've seen for the last
Exactly.
15 years.
This is trailers 101. Is what not to do in your trailer, your official release, because we don't know what's happening here. It cuts from what it appears to be the near future.
And not in a good way.
Yeah.
Right.
It cuts from what appears to be the near future to something that looks post-apocalyptic, where everything's overgrown and things falling apart.
Everything's on fire.
Right. We
Like,
don't know.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to explain it to you, but yeah, just to start off with, yeah, you have no fucking
Wait, I think
no fucking
before
clue what's going on.
I think before you explain it to us, we should try to explain to the
Sure.
We should guess.
yeah,
okay.
what it's about.
Let's go around the
Okay.
room. Okay, so, Goddess, what do you think this movie is about?
So I think it's about this guy who thinks that he can make the world better. So then he makes these giant robots, but they end up destroying the cities. And then there's a kid, the young boy, who meets up with Katniss, and they are trying to find a better place to live.
Okay, fair assessment.
Okay, it's gonna be similar, but it looks like the movie starts out and they're going, "Oh man, life sucks. We are really fucking this up. But I have a way to sustain it." And then the next scene, I swear to God, everything's on fire, and there's a robot. And then it's like the movie 2012 in 30 seconds, and then the trailer's over. Like that was the whole trailer. I swear to God.
Okay, and Fangirl.
Oh, something similar, some guy trying to create a utopia for, everyone, because humanity isn't able to sustain itself anymore. But before you do that, he decides that, we have to purge all the bad people, like all the not so... Basically, it's like a class warfare type of thing. So it's just like all the rich people and stuff, all the ones who've been selected get to go somewhere safe.
Kingsman. I was about to say, like Kingsman.
Absolutely dead on balls.
Yes.
No.
Yeah, but Kingsman was such a good movie.
That was
Guys, go see
movie.
Kingsman. Kingsman was so good.
So good. And then so kind of they eradicate everybody else, but then this boy somehow escapes and is there. Oh, we have nowhere to go because all our homes have been destroyed by this one rich guy, and we have to go and kill the robots. I don't know.
Okay, all those are actually very close. Now let me give you the actual IMDb summary, which is in 2020, a supercomputer Kronos, or as it's voiced in this movie, GLaDOS. Did you recognize the voice was GLaDOS?
What's GLaDOS?
GLaDOS is the main antagonist from Portal. Yeah. It's the exact same voice, which was also the voice for the Jaeger units in Pacific Rim. That computer voiceover was the same voice actress.
Cool.
And it sounds just like her in this, so she's getting a lot of computer AI work, apparently.
That's what she is.
Yeah, that's what she is now.
That's probably what she actually is.
Right.
Exactly.
But this supercomputer called Kronos concludes that human beings are the biggest threat to the planet and therefore tries to wipe them out. So it's basically Ultron. It's Ultron in Age of Ultron, which is exactly what this computer being is. 60 years later, Andrew finds himself lost in a world run by machines where he meets Kayla, a girl on the way to a place called Aurora.
Oh, so where they're going is Aurora.
Yes.
I thought it was like a spaceship
Colorado?
or a robot.
They go to Colorado. The movie's about going to Colorado.
Apparently.
I thought it was
It's a terrible
Aurora was in
movie.
Illinois.
There might be one in Illinois.
Wayne's World?
Wait, what's the one in Colorado then?
That's Aurora. Yeah.
There are probably multiple.
Probably multiple
Auroras.
ones.
Yeah, like there's 19 Wilmingtons, couple Springfields.
Well.
Right.
At first, I thought it
Either
was
way,
like,
one of those states is going to be boring.
Yeah. Now, so again, you guys all being confused is fair because that's the plot to 2 movies. There's the plot about the computer trying to destroy mankind, and then 60 fucking years later, an entire different plot kicks in.
Yeah.
Completely unrelated to anyone else that was in the beginning. Yeah. Who thought this was a good idea?
It's like they're trying to do Terminator and all the
in
Terminators
one time.
in one
right.
fucking...
And that's not gonna work. I'm sorry. But let's get into some of the finer points. The director of this is Robert Koba, and this is a directorial debut. He's only directed short films up until this point. And what? What? Did I say something mushmouth? What did I say?
No, it's because you're talking about the director, bro.
In my head, you said Koba, and I was thinking Koba, Cabana. And then I was like, wait, what's that other thing? Oh, Christmas choir.
You know, when he first said the name, that's like the first thing I thought of too. I was just like, Christmas choir.
Danny, last week there was a director for a film. His name was Chris McQuire. And the goddess heard Christmas choir. So she thought a Christmas choir was directing the movie.
I didn't actually think all Christmas choir was directing it. But then they were singing Christmas songs, and it was really funny.
I think Straight Paul's done.
Oh, God.
He's done for the night. Oh, God. Anyway, so he's only directed short films up until this point. In this, the guy you see in the beginning giving the whole little speech is Carmen Enziendo. Now, he was in Angels and Demons and Identity. He was one of the priests in Angels and Demons, and I think he was a defense attorney in Identity. But we also have in this Julian Schaefer and Schaffner, I should say, and Janine Wacker. Yeah, that's her name, Janine Wacker.
Was that Katniss?
Yeah, that's Katniss. Yeah, who have been in only short films.
His short films?
Apparently, a couple of his short films. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is a kid basically getting his first movie. I think the kid's only 19 or 20.
Oh, are they like his
the director?
schoolmates?
Yeah, the director's only 19 or 20.
No
There's
wonder this
classmates.
makes no sense.
All right, and well, I mean, you could be a young director and have a movie that makes sense, but obviously he's getting like no pushback on this. Like someone's saying, "No, you shouldn't do this."
Or maybe the writing was bad.
Well, I think he's the writer too.
Oh, well, there you go.
So I don't know what's happening with this. It's very, very confusing. Again, no one else in the cast is noteworthy. They've really done no other work besides short films. The only noteworthy person is the guy I mentioned, Carmen. There's nothing to say about this other than, yeah, you have got 2 movies here, and unless you're doing like a bunch of flashbacks back and forth, like maybe that whole beginning sequence is just a flashback, which I don't think they're doing. It seems like it's a linear plot. So, yeah, this boggles my mind. Who thought this was a good idea?
This kid.
This kid, yeah. Like, if you wanted to make a 2-parter, go ahead and do that. But it seems to me that whole beginning sequence should only maybe be 5-10 minutes of the movie. But it looks like it's going to be a lot more than that. It looks like it's going to...
Maybe that was it.
I don't know. It takes up half the trailer.
That's what I'm
so
saying. Like, maybe
it
that
seems
was
to
it.
me that that's not going to be what they're doing.
I'm sure it's not going to be.
But
it was really boring, too.
Yeah, I mean... The beginning of this reminded me a lot of the Fantastic Four trailer recently.
Fan-4-stick, you mean?
Yeah, Fan-4-stick. It reminded me a lot of that trailer. It reminded me a lot of some of the early Avengers trailers. Very, very formulaic of how you make trailers right now. But not intriguing at all. It gives you nothing, you know? It was building and building and building and then gave you nothing.
I basically, after that first half of the trailer, I was just like, oh, it's not done yet. Seriously? Like, I was just like, I am about to fall asleep here. It's a minute, and I thought it was like 3 hours.
Right. So again, aspiring filmmakers or even editors, if you want to know how not to make your trailer, this is a perfect example. Go watch the trailer for Aurora.
I thought it was like Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah, I thought it was a live action.
Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. Yeah, that's what I totally thought. I was just like, oh, I didn't know they were doing that.
And then he was like, oh, the world is
I'm just like,
going to shit. And I'm like, oh, that's not.
I was like, maybe it still could be Sleeping Beauty.
With robots.
It's like post-apocalyptic Sleeping Beauty. And
I'd watch that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Moving on from that, we have Paper Towns.
My boyfriend has been cheating on me. Revenge plot begins. Take the picture now.
I can feel my heart beating in my chest.
That is the way you should feel your whole life.
It's beautiful.
It's a paper town. Paper houses and paper people. Everything's uglier up close.
Aren't you? You think it's gonna be different in the morning?
I really hope so.
Margot always loved mysteries. Maybe she loved him so much, she became one.
She's gone.
When was the last time you saw Margot?
You were with her last night. It has to mean something.
There's something in Margot's window.
She left little clues, like breadcrumbs.
I think she's sending you a message. Come find me.
There we go.
I'll teach you how to do it.
Yeah. So, this was a novel written by John Green, and I'm going to say John Green is basically the new up-and-coming Nicholas Sparks. He's the guy who's writing all the new...
Oh, did he write, like, The Fault in Our Stars?
He wrote The Fault in Our Stars.
He sure did.
Yes. He's the new romantic novel guy. He's becoming really, really popular. And I believe he actually was a writer or screenwriter for the movie. I could be wrong, but I don't know if he has a hand in this production or not. But in this, or I should say the director of this is actually Jake Schneidner, who directed Robot and Frank, which is actually a very good movie. Came out 2 or 3 years ago. It was recommended to me by Martin from Spill. Really good. Really enjoyed it. Also, from this, we have Nat Wolff, who was in The Fault in Our Stars. We also have Cara Delvinage, who is in mostly British films, but she is going to be in the upcoming Suicide Squad. She's going to be playing the Enchantress, who's kind of an anti-hero. She's kind of back and forth with the Suicide Squad, so she's going to be playing that role. And the plot to this is, again, very much we keep bringing up the word formulaic, but this seems like very much a formulaic hipster romantic movie.
Juno.
It kind of looks like, well...
Girl Next Door.
Yeah.
Very much Girl Next Door, but I was going to say Juno's far more comedy, but yeah, it's shot just like that. Yeah.
I was thinking it was kind of like one of those coming-of-age movies.
Coming of age.
Yeah.
Perfect title for it. And these kind of trailers always have the shots of the kids dancing at prom and, on the road trip and then, hoarding the gas and go and grabbing a bunch of stuff and hanging out the windows of the car, and it's very, very formulaic for these coming-of-age movies. Yes. And this could get very contrite very, very quickly. So, I don't know. I don't know if this writer, John Green, is as formulaic as Nicholas Sparks.
But there's a twist.
What's the twist?
She goes missing and leaves a trail, and he has to find her.
I was waiting for that. I was like, something's got to happen, please, for the love of God.
Right.
I hope she gets, murdered or she never really existed.
Damn, dude!
I'm like, something's got to happen here, or this is like every other movie. And I was like, she goes missing. This is great. And I was like, she left clues, bitch.
Yeah. She's not really missing. She just,
missing.
ran away.
She's just, hiding in the basement.
Yeah. Ran away.
Right. Well, and the whole allegory of him discovering her is really him discovering himself, and that's what it's going to turn into. And I have worries about this film. I like the director, and the cast isn't bad. They haven't done a whole lot, but the cast isn't bad. But this could get very, very formulaic really quickly.
Like it's stupid.
You think it looks stupid?
The whole thing is stupid.
I mean, yeah, it could be very stupid. It's just, it could be. I don't know. I'm just very torn about this John Green guy. I'm very torn about him. I don't want him to be the next Nicholas Sparks because all his movies are exactly the fucking same.
You mean Nicholas Sparks books or?
Books and movies.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Nicholas Sparks has a hand in a lot of his films. And a lot of them just the exact same characters over and over.
Yeah, didn't he do Tuesdays with Maury?
No.
That was someone else.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Tuesdays with Maury was also like the dog one and Heaven.
Was that
All
it?
dogs go to heaven.
No, that's not what I was about to say that, but I knew that was wrong. So
That movie made me cry.
All Dogs Go to Heaven made you cry.
Yes.
Oh my god, it made me cry so much. But I was like 2 years old when I went to see it.
Yeah,
and then,
I was like 6 or 7 the first time I saw it, but
Yeah,
I cried. I was like, doggies are dying.
Yeah, that's what happened to me too.
It made me sad.
My cousins, my 2 cousins took me to see it. I was crying so loud they had to cover my mouth and just pick me up and take me out of the theater.
Yeah, any final thoughts on Paper Towns?
Nope.
Don't want to see it.
No, not interested.
Janelle will like it.
Moving on from that, we have No Escape.
What did you see outside?
Get your hands off me! There's like a war going on out there. We're gonna die here. Listen to me. Where's Lucy? Stay here. Lock the door. Lock the door. Lucy! Lucy! Get out of the pool! Come here! Get to the roof! Go!
So
This reminded me of... Oh, fuck.
I don't remember that movie.
No, I've never seen
World War Z, but without the zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a real
That's
war.
how it was.
That's a pretty good
Oh, it
analogy.
was?
Oh, it was on Wikipedia because after I saw the trailer, I had to go on Wikipedia to see how they came up with this premise and how they made me so mad. But we can continue with everything else you have to say before I start going on my rant.
Okay, that's fine.
Because that will happen.
So, starting off with this, the director is John Eric Dowell. But I was going to say, this director has been attached to some movies we like Poughkeepsie Tapes.
Okay.
And Quarantine, as well as some things we didn't really like, which was Devil and As Above, So Below.
2 things. 1, Devil was awesome, so fuck you.
Wait,
and 2,
the
she
elevator?
really looks like she has to pee. Yeah.
But...
The elevator movie was awesome.
I was torn about it, only because Shyamalan thinks he can still do twists and he can't.
So,
I didn't see it coming.
Every other movie has... Well, no, Devil, no. But a lot of them have been first...
They've been found footage.
Found
yeah.
footage.
He's very much a found footage director. Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
But in this, we have Owen Wilson. We also have Pierce Brosnan, as well as Lake Bell, who is the wife,
Lake
who was
Bell's
in a $1
awesome.
Million Arm, and she's also an actress in Children's Hospital.
Yes.
Oh, she's been in so much. She's been in like comedies and
been a lot of
she's
stuff.
all over the
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
She's pretty funny in Children's Hospital.
great.
I don't watch it that much, but she's funny in it.
She's funny in everything.
Love
Now,
Children's Hospital.
I'm going to get into the plot of this, and I feel that the Fangirl should sum this up, because I had a feeling this movie was going to kind of make you angry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Fangirl, do you want to sum up what this movie is about?
No, you go first.
Oh, okay. So the summary of this is that you have Owen Wilson and his family moving somewhere in Southeast Asia. We don't really know where. Is it revealed in the trailer where it is?
Well, I mean, it's Thailand because on all their the police things, it's Thai.
Is it Thai?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. And actually,
Not your fault
on
that you didn't
Wikipedia and even on IMDb, it just says Southeast Asia. It doesn't even say
Yeah.
Thai.
I think there was something that did hint at Thailand in there besides the uniforms, but that's fine. That's not. Here
Oh, you
nor
know
there.
what? Pierce Brosnan, I think he says "Welcome to Thailand."
I think he did.
Does
I
he?
swear.
No,
I think he said.
he actually says "Welcome to Asia."
Does he?
Sure.
Welcome to Asia?
He says "Welcome to Asia."
I didn't even
sounds
notice
so
that.
familiar.
I have to go back and watch it. But okay, he says that. So
Anyway.
this family is
yeah.
apparently moved to a new location in Southeast Asia, or we find out Thailand, and some sort of civil unrest breaks out, where you see police or government agents, or not agents, but military police marching down the road with a bunch of protesters on the other side, and violence just breaks out. And Owen Wilson is caught in the middle, and it's about him finding his family and getting out alive. Because apparently what happens in this movie, from what I found out on Wikipedia, was, I don't think it's the government, but someone starts just hunting down and killing foreigners. Well, they determine not just necessarily white people, but anyone who isn't from their country. They just said, we don't want you here and we're going to start killing you. And it's about him trying to get to the American embassy to safety.
And Pierce Brosnan's like his
mentor?
Guide?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Fairy godmother?
Yeah, fairy godmother.
If they redo Cinderella
His fairy
again,
godmother.
just please make Pierce Brosnan fairy godmother.
And that's the crux of the movie. So, Fangirl, what would you like to say about this?
Okay.
I'll let you do your thing.
Okay, so first of all, the whole welcome to Asia thing and not specifying where this actually takes place kind of, irks me a little bit because Asia
is
like,
technically Asia.
Because Asia reaches from the Middle East all the way to Japan.
Yeah.
Welcome to Asia.
Asia. That's Asia for you.
Russia all the way down to India.
Right. So really, I mean, okay. That in and of
Welcome
itself.
to the fucking East.
Yeah, it's just like welcome to this one massive continent that's the biggest continent. Is it the biggest continent?
Oh yeah, it's the biggest continent.
It's the biggest continent.
That has more cultures than any other place on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah, welcome to the biggest continent where, there's so many countries, so many cultures, and within every country there are different cultures.
Right.
So it's like, yes, don't be specific. Just don't, because everyone's going to know what you're talking about.
The only way that would pass is saying welcome to Australia.
Because that's actually a country and a continent at the same time.
Exactly. Exactly.
And even then, it's kind of like, okay, sure, why not?
Welcome to the Rock. That wouldn't be okay.
Well done.
Sean Connery.
So that's my that's the number one critique that I've got there. And second of all, I think it was supposed to have been based on the political unrest that was actually happening in Thailand for the past decade. Because there have been political unrest and there has been a lot of violence and, and stuff that's been happening in Thailand. And so, of course, we're not going to focus on what was happening. We're going to focus on the white people who are there.
Exactly.
It's an American movie, of course. It's gonna be.
But okay,
but
there's something to be said about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it touches on. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it probably touches on none of the actual political issues. It's not even talking about them. It's just talking about if that's what you said, that they're hunting down foreigners or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. You're not even talking about what's actually happening in the country. And so you've you made this this exotic location, Asia, where this white family has gone to. And also, another thing, if you were relocated there to work, if you were relocated there to not relocated there for vacation, if you went there for vacation, what's the first thing you do? You look it up on the internet and see if it's safe for you to go there. Right. If they're hunting down freaking foreigners, why the hell would you go?
Even if it's not an unrest, if this location has not even a stereotype, but an air of something like this, if there is even rumors of something like this happening, would you go?
They moved.
Rumors maybe not, but
they
I would at
to
least.
Asia.
Yeah, they moved. Yeah, they were relocated to.
They didn't just go to.
Yeah, to vacation or whatever. Even if they were just vacationing, I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe, but they moved.
Right.
So, and you have two little tiny children with you. Okay, they weren't that tiny, but they were tiny enough. Why? Would you relocate everybody there without having made the proper, having done the proper research?
Right.
And just to play devil's
advocate,
maybe he didn't have a choice.
Otherwise, he would lose his job, you mean?
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Something like that.
Losing his job versus possibly losing your life.
I'm just saying.
And I agree. And I understand that. But if there was a company that actually made me do that, I'd be like, well, fuck you. I'd be like, no way am I doing that. It's just, A, it's far away from what I know. Mm-hmm. And B, I might get killed. I don't want to do that unless I made the choice for my personal choice. I wouldn't take my kids there if that were the case, right?
Right.
So I just don't understand. I just don't understand the plot. I don't understand why. Just why so many why. I can't. There's no yes.
You literally can't even.
I can't even.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
Shoot.
Would you be this enthusiastic if the movie took place in, say, Ireland?
Well, if they said welcome to Europe and it was
you'd still be this enthusiastic about it?
Maybe slightly less.
Just wondering. I'm not judging. I get it.
And yeah, because this is actually personal to me, because like this actually means something. Like I'm not from Asia. I'm not just Asian, like you know what I mean. Like,
right.
and I'm sick and tired of people, like, not to say that I don't want to identify with other Asian cultures, because, there's nothing wrong with other Asian cultures, but it's just like,
And to give an example, you brought up the whole idea of them following just the white family, or just the people who Americans will identify with. A perfect example,
there was that tsunami movie,
The Impossible.
Yes!
Or The Impossibles.
Oh my goodness, that also pushed me off so much.
And I hated that movie received so much critical acclaim, because it's like, hey, let's take a disaster that killed hundreds of thousands of people in India and Southeast Asia and say, oh, let's focus on the one white family in the area.
Who were there for a vacation.
Right.
Not the people who lived there, not the people who had established roots.
Because that's a depressing movie, though. Like,
but
I get it. I know what you're saying, but it's like, that's what they're doing. They're trying to make money. They don't want to make a documentary. They want to make...
but even if they want to make money, it's also about the experiences of the people who lived in this area. It's not about a family who's on vacation and experiences this shit. It's about the people who've had their homes destroyed, Right,
and the thing is, you can still have hope through that. Like, you can still have, like, it doesn't have to be depressing. It can be, this family finding, what it means to kind of live through a tragedy, and like finding their family members and realizing what's important to them, and all that kind of, I don't want to say generic movie stuff, but like kind of going through that process. Like, you can do that with people who were in the area versus people who were vacationing there.
Right. There were still incredible stories of survival from people who lived there.
Exactly.
Now, the business exec, I guarantee this is the business exec response for what you're saying is, oh, well, in the West, no one can relate to a story unless it's their demographic.
And that's why it's problematic.
I agree. Because, oh, well, we made The Impossibles, we made The Family White because otherwise people wouldn't go and see it.
Yeah.
So, well, that's not a fucking reason to make them white. I'm sorry.
That's the reason they want to make them white, though, is because they want to make money. And you just said it.
And
they're not going to go see a movie that's a documentary about what happened.
And that's the white.
Well, not even a documentary. They wouldn't even see it if it was about a Southeastern Asian family.
I'm playing generic American here.
I know.
Generican. Okay.
Generic.
I'm generic, and I'm not
coin that phrase.
Up for them
generic.
in any way.
No,
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not on
anybody.
I'm not on like their side or whatever. But I'm just saying from their business standpoint.
And I understand, and I
that's what they're doing.
completely understand that from a money making kind of perspective. I've said this before, and so it's. You've
argued the point of it's always about the money, the business, right?
And I know that, intrinsically, I know it. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it's like, it's
infuriating.
Yes, yes. Like,
to give another good example, and this is way off to another tangent, but when Couples Retreat came out, do you remember Couples Retreat?
Yes.
It was Vince Vaughn, Malin Ackerman, 2008, 2009, forgettable movie. But when they advertised,
Kristen Bell was in it.
Yeah, she was in that.
Yeah, so that's how I remember.
When they advertised that movie in England, in the UK, when they advertised it, all of a sudden the black couple wasn't in the posters. They just removed them because they said, if we put the black couple in the posters, people aren't going to want to see it as much as just the white families. Who the fuck came up with that? Some business exec said, oh, well, we'll make more money by advertising it this way.
Bro, I'm telling
How
you.
the fuck?
Money.
And that's the kind of thinking that bleeds into movies like this. Oh, we can't make it relatable unless it's a white family. It's the exact same kind of thinking.
To give a opposite example, maybe I'm totally wrong. Beast of the Southern Wild. It was a family that was there. This tragedy happened and it followed them.
Right.
And that still made money, right?
Yeah, well...
Not as much as it would have been a white family.
But artistically, it was far better.
Yeah,
artistically, it was far
that's
better.
What I'm giving it an opposite example.
Right. And that comes down to whether or not you're trying to make an artistically valid film or a money-making film. Beast of the Southern Wild...
I'm not making an argument, I'm just saying...
Oh, I know. I know.
They did the right thing.
I agree.
Shining a different light.
I know. And that's what I'm saying. And you can go that route, which I don't know if Beast of the Southern Wilds made its money back. I'm sure it did, considering all the acclaim it got. But it probably wouldn't make nearly as much as Couples Retreat or The Impossible, or this movie will, No Escape, just because of the demographic it's trying to appeal to. That's sadly just the nature of it. Yeah, I hear everything you're saying, Fangirl, and I agree wholeheartedly.
And
to the point
where
Fangirl turns time to... No, go.
I'm sorry.
I wasn't going to say anything funny. Just go.
I'm sorry.
Or important.
Neither.
I'll rock, paper, scissors you for it right now.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Okay, she lost, so she has to go.
I thought you had this. I thought I didn't see him. Your hand was covering them from my viewpoint. So I thought,
if I was covering your viewpoint, how do you know what I had?
Like this.
What has happened to this podcast?
Yeah, but if you saw my fingers were open, why would you think that there was a rock? No one does rock like this. That's never rock.
No, he was doing a half Spock. That's what he was doing.
Karen's actually asleep right now. You have no idea. Just like that.
Wow. Anyway, do you guys want to move on, or do you want to make your point? Or
you lost, so you have to go.
Let's move on.
Okay.
Okay.
I have nothing else to say
No,
about
Owen
this
Wilson is not Liam Neeson.
Okay.
I disagree.
Okay, fine. Moving
Nor
on.
is this movie going to be good. But that's fine.
Yeah.
Go on.
No. Moving on to our final trailer for the night, which I'm pretty sure we're going to have to revisit because I'm really looking forward to this, which is Spectre.
I always knew death would wear a familiar face, but not yours.
I was at a meeting recently and your name came up.
I'm flattered London is still talking about me.
It wasn't MI6.
You're a kite dancing in a hurricane, Mr. Bond. Welcome, James. It's been a long time. And finally, here we are.
I still, sadly, have yet to see Skyfall.
What?
I know.
Then you can't get mad at me for making a noise.
I've seen Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, but I'm waiting to see Skyfall because Kim has to see Quantum of Solace. I want her to get caught up.
Can't you see it twice?
Quantum of Solace?
No. Skyfall.
I don't think Kim would want me to watch it without her.
Oh, okay.
It would be mean of me.
I think I'm just going to go in the other room while he watches.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I mean, like, well, if you're at work. No, I didn't mean it like that. I meant just if he was at home.
I'm watching my movie. Go away.
No, not like that. Just if you were at work or something and he could go see it and when you weren't here and, you know.
Bunny ears.
And bunny ears.
You like bunnies.
Anyway, but here's the thing. I know Skyfall is amazing. I know it is. And I can't wait to see it, which is why I'm looking forward to this. Anyway, so the director of this is Sam Mendes, who of course directed Skyfall, but he also directed American Beauty, as well as Road to Perdition and Jarhead, all of which were very, very good movies. But don't you dare fucking say you hated any of them.
Didn't say anything.
But
I haven't seen a single one of these movies.
Yeah,
same.
I've only seen
Jarhead, in my humble opinion, is one of the more underrated movies of the 2000s.
Actually,
But in this, of course, we have Daniel Craig returning. And by the way, there's just some news announced. He actually had he shattered his knee the other day on set. It was about a month and a half ago, and he's going into surgery right now. They've actually had to halt filming because he has to go into like intensive surgery for something that happened during the shooting of this movie.
There's gonna be a new Bond.
Oh, we could get off on that whole.
Owen Wilson.
Yeah, Owen Wilson is the new Bond. And you know, there's been.
That's why he was training with Pierce Brosnan.
Yep, there you go. There's been talk, and it's been rumored back and forth that a lot of fans want to see Idris Elba as a new Bond.
I love Idris Elba.
And the response to that has been great and terrible all at once. Because
because they're racist.
Because there's so many racist assholes saying, "Oh, you can't have a black Bond." Fuck you, Bond can be whatever you want. Idris Elba as Bond, I think, would be fucking amazing.
Bond is just an identity. It's not
right.
Well, I think Idris Elba would be amazing in anything and everything.
Yeah, he's fucking great, dude.
Right. But anyway, moving on from that. Also in this, we have Christoph Waltz as the lead antagonist, whose name is Franz Oberhauser.
Fantastic actor.
Fucking love Christoph Waltz. There has yet to been a film that he's been in that I haven't loved or loved him in. Yes.
Who do you love more? Christoph Waltz or
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel
Don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. I
He's in
can't
love with
choose.
both of them.
I can't choose. They're both phenomenal actors.
Me too. I choose Christoph Waltz.
He's so broad. I'm not broad. That's not what I'm saying. He's
his skills are broad.
Yeah, like
he has a particular set of skills.
Yeah, he has a very particular set of acting skills.
Yeah, he has a
he's a wide variety. Of
yes,
more diverse,
talented.
That's all right. You don't. Have to
yeah, and the fact that he
I'm
can
just
speak
bringing the
3 or 4
thesaurus
languages
next time.
doesn't hurt either. You know.
What?
The fact that he can speak 3 or 4 languages doesn't hurt either. God, it's just, oh man, he's amazing. The name of this movie, of course, comes from the terrorist group, which is from the original Bond films and the novels, which is Spectre. It took me a while to remember what Spectre stood for, but it's actually Special Executives for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion.
Can you say that again?
So it's not like complicated or anything?
Special Executives for Counterintelligence, Terrorism, Revenge, and Extortion. That's what Spectre is.
So they just took the P from special?
They took the P from special.
Yeah, that's why I was confused.
Lame.
Otherwise, it's just...
I like vile better.
Ector, yeah.
Special people.
Huh?
We like special people.
No, I meant Vile from Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, yeah.
In the
Yeah.
world is Carmen
That's what they were, right?
Sandiego.
Yes, I'm pretty sure they were vile.
She's
yeah.
in fucking Aurora. Colorado.
Case solved.
Yeah.
Do my first guess every time. She's in Aurora. No.
Now, in the original Bond films, you know, from stuff like Dr. No, Thunderball, You Only Live Twice, it was actually headed by Ernst Blofeld. And he was the main antagonist from a lot of the old Bond films. So obviously, they're changing this up a bit. I don't know if Christoph Waltz is the actual head of Spectre. I don't think they're doing that, but it seems to me that he is the number 2 man or one of the bigger men in Spectre.
Number two.
Number 2. I mean, you forget that was actually the names of some of the Spectre members in the old movies.
2.
They would rank themselves in case someone would die, and they'd just move up the rankings. Everyone had a name. There'd be number 2, number 4, number 12. They just call out their numbers according to their rank. And that was in Thunderball and something else. But yeah, that's where Austin Powers got that from, just number 2. Now, no one knew whether or not this series of Bond films, going back to Daniel Craig, was going to dive into Spectre or not. They didn't really know. But it was really hinted at in Casino Royale as well as Quantum of Solace. In Casino Royale, you know, there was a big organization behind the scenes, but you didn't know who they were. They never mentioned them by name. All the fans thought, oh my god, they're going to do Spectre, but you never knew. Then in Quantum of Solace, it was pretty much all confirmed, but again, they never mentioned them by name. But here's a cool little Easter egg that was thrown in by the directors, or the namers of the film. Quantum, translated in Bulgarian, means Spectre. So in Bulgarian, the name literally translates Spectre of Solace.
Interesting.
Yeah, I did not know that.
No.
And I was like...
Nobody fucking speaks Bulgarian.
Except the
Bulgarians.
Yeah, the Bulgarians.
Fucking Asians.
Oh my god!
Wait, no, that's Europe. Never mind.
So, yeah, I was like, apparently in Bulgaria, they've just been addressing the movie as Spectre or Solace, so they knew it from the beginning. But,
holy shit.
You know,
that's cool.
Yeah. And in the West, we were like, oh, we had no idea until Skyfall that it was going to be about Spectre. But, yeah, the premise of this is, of course, the aftermath of the movie Skyfall, which, again, I'm sorry I haven't seen. But I know that MI6 was bombed at one point. You see MI6 and it's just torn apart on the front. You see a picture of Bond, apparently, when he was a kid, along with either one of his parents and then a friend. It looks like that picture's been burnt somehow. And all this tying into the idea of Bond finally getting into Spectre. He finds the organization of Spectre where he approaches Christoph Waltz. This trailer doesn't give away a whole lot, which is why I say we have to revisit it in maybe a month or two when the next trailer comes out. Because this trailer gives us very little except for the symbol for Spectre, which is their symbol, as well as just really, really good soundtrack. Like, oh my god, just the soundtrack for this got me going. It was so simple and elegant. Oh my god, they're doing such a good job with this soundtrack. Any thoughts on this? I know I've been kind of rambling for a bit, but... Fangirl, I'm assuming you saw Skyfall.
I did.
And what did you think of Skyfall?
I loved it.
Good.
I did.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like the whole Daniel Craig reboot anyway, for the James Bond.
Oh yeah, again, Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace were both very good films.
Yeah, but then don't get me wrong, I also really liked Pierce Brosnan.
Well, to be fair, the Brosnan films after like Tomorrow Never Dies started getting very silly.
Yeah, they did.
And the series needed to go in a new route.
Tomorrow Never Dies was the one with Michelle Yeoh?
Yes, it was. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's like my favorite Bond movie ever.
And I like that one.
Why.
I prefer GoldenEye, but I still like Tomorrow Never Dies. But then it got to The World Is Not Enough, which was silly.
Which is
Denise Richards.
Yeah, she
her
was Christmas
playing
Jones.
Christmas Jones.
She couldn't say nuclear.
Christmas Choir.
She couldn't say nuclear.
Yeah. Yeah. She's a physicist. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Boobs hanging out.
Yeah. And then the following Die Another Day with Halle Berry. Oh God, that was a special breed of bad.
But yeah, so with Skyfall, they kind of revisited kind of like the style of the movies and stuff was like kind of closer to the earlier Bonds.
Oh yes, which I love.
Yeah, so that was really good. But yeah, I'm excited for this.
As am I. Now, some of the stuff from Skyfall has already been spoiled for me. Sadly, someone spoiled it for me. But I'm really interested in seeing what the events of Skyfall is going to have, the impact of that is going to have in this, because a lot of shit went down in Skyfall from what I've heard.
Yep.
This could be a really interesting take on what happens in the Bond universe from here on out. I've been told they're going to try and make at least one more with Daniel Craig after this, and then they might recast at that point.
Idris Elba.
Idris Elba, sure. I hope they finish the Spectre saga. I really hope they do that, because Spectre is such a cool plot line from the early Bond films. I got nothing more to say. I could not be more excited for this. Just the idea that, they're just throwing it out there. Spectre, we're here. We're going to motherfuck you up, So, anyone?
Great trailer. Everything's already been covered, so.
Yeah. Sorry, I talked too much.
No, it was all right. It was a short trailer. It was great. It was, it didn't hint too much. The music was really fucking cool. And, kind of danced around the old James Bond theme and didn't really touch it, but you could hear it still. So
yeah.
I was like,
and the next trailer is going to be completely badass. They're going to show every action sequence. Yeah.
Everybody's like, there it is. Oh, it's gone. Can't wait for it to really be here.
Because the Bond films always do that. The teaser is always really slow and methodical, and the next trailer come after that just punches you right in the fucking mouth. It was a good trailer. Yeah, so I really can't wait for the next one. We'll probably talk about the next one as well. So, really looking forward to it. So moving on from that, we finally have our feature presentations. There's a decent amount coming out the next couple weeks. We're going to touch on each one a little bit. First one is Kill Me 3 Times.
Oh, right.
Yep. Which is Simon Pegg, and I sadly can't remember anyone else in the cast offhand. But this is one I'm looking forward to. Yeah. I don't know if this is getting a major release, a wide release in America, but this is one I'm actually looking forward to. It has a lot of promise behind it. I like what the trailers have been going. The not too many TV spots I've seen, but every promotion I've seen, it looks very good.
It's Australian movie, right?
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. Looking at the cast.
I know another person who's in it. The third Hemsworth brother.
Yep, yeah, Luke. That was it.
Yes.
Luke
Hemsworth. That's right. Forgot about him. The brother we always forget about. Sorry, Luke.
He's the oldest one. I know that.
He's making more money than all four of us put together. It's fine.
Yeah. What's the early press saying for this, Straight Paul?
Shut the fuck up.
What? What happened?
I just found out something awesome.
What's that?
How did I not know this? I don't know if I want to say it now. Look. Do you know that?
No.
Right on, right? That's fucking cool.
Wow.
What?
Okay. They're making a Point Break remake.
Oh.
Ho?
Hey? No. Oh.
Hey.
I didn't end up reading it.
That's fucking awesome. I love that movie.
I haven't.
Do I want to see another one? Who gives a shit?
Intriguing.
That was what Keanu.
It's been 24 years.
Yeah. Was that the character?
Yes.
Utah.
Johnny
right?
Utah.
Yeah.
We were talking about Johnny Utah. Yep.
Yeah. Sorry, we got off point there. It's my bad.
No, it's all right. But as far as this one's concerned, yeah, not a whole lot to say about it other than I'm looking forward to it. There hasn't been a whole lot of advertising. Again, it was already released in Australia, I believe. But yeah, looking forward to it.
I don't know.
That's because they're a day ahead of us.
Suck.
What was that? You afraid it's going to suck?
No, I said they're a day ahead of us.
Oh, that's why it's released.
Yes, that's it.
Also coming out next week is Ex Machina. Now, we had talked about this one a long time ago, but
I can't remember what this one is.
this one was about a guy going up into the mountains or the woods somewhere, and then he becomes basically...
Oh, that's the one that we were talking about.
Yes.
The test thing,
The test.
right?
Oh, that's the test one?
Yeah, that's
okay.
the test.
Okay. Well, what's the other
robot
one?
test. Who knows?
The other one was The Machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Okay. Oh, I remember this one. This the AI one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Where
yeah.
this guy comes in as part of the Turing test, where he has to
Yes.
decide whether or not this is artificial intelligence
Right.
or not. Which obviously it is, but it's about, mankind dealing with AI for the first time and how it could be manipulating him or they're manipulating the AI. And I haven't seen too much advertising for this. I don't think this is getting a major release, but I do want to see this. This one looks very good.
Yeah, I mean, it comes out on the 10th. Doesn't say that it's like select theaters or anything though.
Looks weird.
It does look weird. It does look weird.
It looks sexy.
Didn't we say it was like the personification, like kind of like the personified version of her?
Yes, we did say that. And now you've upset
could you-
you've upset the fangirl. Or the
No.
goddess. Why
You've
do I keep
upset
doing
yourself.
that? I'm sorry.
Stop
I've done that
upsetting
twice
yourself.
now.
So you don't have to go see it.
You're upsetting yourself.
Yeah. If it's an excuse for you not to say if you didn't want to.
Okay.
Just letting just
Thanks.
giving you a way out. Yeah.
Thanks.
I feel like just saying her just ruins any good, like that just ruins any good mood you might have. I'm sorry. Just never say her. But also coming out, we have The Longest Ride. Speaking of Nicholas Sparks, who we brought up a little while ago.
Oh, that.
We actually did not discuss this trailer,
don't
and for
even
good
know what
reason,
this
because
is.
this looks like
It's like
bullshit.
Get it?
Ah.
A bull rider
Oh, is that what it's about?
Yes.
Yep.
Who's-
in love with a girl.
Who's in it?
And their relationship.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're from two different worlds. I'm from the city, and you're from the south where you ride bulls. Oh, no.
Is that
I
Clint
thought it was-
Eastwood's son?
Is it?
Really?
The
Luke
accent that he was
Eastwood.
doing?
No, his name is Luke Eastwood. Like parents, Clint Eastwood and Jocelyn Reeves.
Did not know that.
Interesting.
Look at this fucking kid's face. Tell me that's not Clint Eastwood's son.
Yeah, that's Clint Eastwood's son. I didn't even recognize him in the trailer. Okay. Fair enough.
I thought it was more like, oh, you can't ride the bull. You'll fall and die.
It's that too, yeah.
Oh, I've seen trailers for this.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
That reminded me of it.
Yeah. It looks generic
Spot on.
as
Yeah.
hell. And like every Nicholas Sparks movie, it's about being from, opposite sides of the track, and
I didn't think it was the opposite.
Yeah, I
Track.
thought it was like you can't do this anymore. If you love her, you'll stop. Otherwise, you'll
Right.
kill
and that
yourself.
too, and that is part of it. But at the beginning of the one trailer I saw was very much like, oh, she's never been exposed to this world before, the world of bull riding and wrangling and stuff like
I thought
that.
they were just because her friend is like, oh, you were the last person I think would fall in love with a guy like this or something.
And
I
that- and
thought
that-
that was because it was more like she like swore off men or something, and then her friend was like, oh, I never thought you'd fall in love.
No, I don't know if that was it or not. Again,
just
that
remember
could
the
be
other
it,
part.
but
Yeah.
again, it's Nicholas Sparks. We're putting way too much thought into a Nicholas Sparks film. It's just
No, I thought you were just pushing this to
oh,
sides.
oh well. I mean that's a lot of his movies have that narrative. And maybe that isn't it with this, but yeah, not looking forward to this one at all. It looks generic as hell. Not gonna see it.
It was god awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also this week we get Unfriended. Ooh boy.
Which one is this again? Oh, the Skype one is.
Yeah, the
Okay.
one that you were so excited to see when you found out it was about bullying and then getting. Oh yeah. I don't think I should have reminded the fangirl of that one.
This looks like a piece of crap.
It looks awful.
A lot of redheads in this movie.
in
sense.
Unfriended.
Yeah, makes sense.
Really?
Now, oddly enough, the early press for this hasn't been bad, but I'm pretty sure the early press for this has been few and far between. There hasn't been a lot of early showings for this, so I don't know. I like the idea that this was a shoestring budget. They had little money to go on, and they made what they could. I get that, but
could have just had a better story.
Oh, yeah.
Again, comes the story.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
Right. And I don't know if this is going to be able to carry an entire film. Just looking at a screen the whole time, bouncing between screens on Skype.
I feel like I'd get dizzy. Really fast.
You could get dizzy with this really quickly. And I just don't think that's going to be able to carry a whole film.
There's a lot of different movies that do weird shit like that.
They do.
Think about, was it Cloverfield?
Well, that was found footage. I mean, this is found footage too, but the footage isn't moving. It's just static cams the whole time. It's like you're looking at a computer screen the whole time. So
just watch it on your computer.
Watch it on your computer, yeah.
It's just like...
Pretty sure you go blind.
What?
Like Inception? Like
yeah, it's like a computer screen within a computer screen. Yeah.
Okay.
We have to go deeper.
Friendception. Unfriendception.
Oh, I was just going to say, what I said before, having never seen this movie, obviously, or the show, it reminded me of Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Where it's like a girl dies and then it's like a mystery.
And then whoever died comes back.
Who's A?
Yeah, who's A?
Billy?
Yeah, it's a bunch of crap.
Yeah. Well, I still hope she wasn't dead and she came back to kill everybody. I would like that more than
right. And we've mentioned that when we've seen the previews. Like who commits suicide by holding the gun that far out from their body? Or you would. It's just hold it with your feet. I got to pull with my feet.
That seems very like you could miss.
Yeah. It's odd. And I feel like because again we're fans of horror that we should see it, but I have a feeling it's going to be pretty damn bad.
I don't even know if it's real horror. It looks stupid.
Yeah. It does.
It gives the fangirl a headache.
It does.
But moving on to the following week, we have Child 44, which is something that the Dystopia and I were looking forward to. If you remember this, it was Tom Hardy and Gary Oldman. It takes place in Soviet Russia with the children going missing.
Oh yeah.
Now
that kind of mystery thing that makes me
intrigued.
Want to see it.
Yes. Well, it takes place in Soviet Russia, and it's about several children who have gone missing or have been killed. Now, in Soviet Russia, apparently the thing was murders didn't occur. They just say murders don't occur in Soviet Russia because murder is a system of democracy. It's a plague of democracy. So in communism, it just didn't happen because we're better than that. So the government covers it up, but then Tom Hardy along with Gary Oldman actually go out and try to solve the mystery.
So are they Russian in this?
Yes, they are Russian.
Okay.
And they try to solve the mystery practically under the government's nose. And it looks probably pretty dark, but I like this idea.
It sounds interesting.
It's a very interesting idea. I'm pretty sure this isn't based around true events. It's just based off a novel. But I do want to see this. I hope it gets a nationwide release because this is one I'll go out of my way to see. Because the cast is really solid.
With a cast like that, I would think that they would want to
get
give it a bigger release. Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't love Gary Oldman right now?
Yeah.
He's doing
Gary Oldman since fucking Fifth Element.
Right. It's just solid. But really looking forward to this one.
Yes.
Love Gary Oldman.
Yes.
But finally, on feature presentations, I'm sure one we're all looking forward to, Paul Blart Mall Cop 2.
So excited.
First person in line, right here.
Oh, yeah.
I will be the first person in line.
The only person in line?
I don't give a shit if I'm the only person in the theater.
Every preview for this has gotten progressively worse.
That is accurate. The first one I saw, I was like, this looks hilarious. The second one I saw, I was like, this looks funny. The third one I saw, I was like, this
looks fucking terrible.
This is a movie.
This is happening.
This exists. It's a thing. Holy
Tuesday.
shit. This is going to be bad. This is going to be really, really fucking bad.
I'm still going to see it.
Only thing that makes me laugh is when he runs into the
glass door.
Because I did that as a child at the bank. And then the next time we went, they had stickers up all over the
Oh my god.
True story.
I did it at a friend's house. I ran into a glass door at full speed.
Did you crash through it?
Oh no, thank goodness. I bounced right back.
Oh good.
And I fell and I literally bam. And then I flew a couple feet back.
That's intense.
Gosh.
The first one was amazing. The second one will be
Really?
a work of art.
You like the first
I
one.
watch it every time. I own it, and I watch it every time it's on TV. God. Fucking love that movie.
I'm sorry. I cannot stand that movie.
Love that movie.
If you get enjoyment out of it, Danny, I applaud you, but that movie made my soul hurt.
The reason I like it so much is because it gets like 1 damn star. It's so fucking good.
Oh my god. Ugh. And the fact that it made enough to warrant a sequel, and that they just did the whole, generic, send it to Vegas trope, which so many series do. I'm like, oh god.
I love Kevin James. I think his type of humor entertains me. I can't explain it. Look, we're all different, and I think Kevin James is fucking hilarious.
His stand-up is funny, but
what, the only one he ever did?
He's done several stand-ups. There's only been one that Comedy Central shows, the Sweat the Small Stuff one.
Yeah, they're selling it at Second and Charles for like $29.
Really?
In a case too, like in a thing. Like you can't steal it.
That's weird.
It's the only thing in the entire store that's in like a locked case.
Of all things,
that's like
weird.
$30. I'm like, I'll just watch it on YouTube.
Right.
For free.
Right. That's a little weird. But there haven't been
Grown Ups.
You liked Grown Ups?
Grown Ups 2.
Get the fuck out. Get the fuck... No. Grown Ups 2 destroyed people's minds.
Guilty of watching all the above at least a dozen times. I've probably seen Paul Blart triple digits.
Oh, man.
Grown Ups pushing like 30. Grown Ups 2 like 12.
Well, anyway, as far as this one goes, fuck it.
It's gonna be great.
Fuck it.
It's gonna be great.
Oh, Lord. And I know it's going to do well because it's coming out just before like the big releases of the summer, and
it's coming out while all the kids are on spring break, and it's rated PG.
That, and also Fast and Furious 7 or just Furious 7, sorry. Mm-hmm. Furious 7 is going to be dying down at that point, and it's just going to hit that perfect peak where it's going to make bank money.
We have to see something.
Yeah, we have to see something, and that's going to be out.
Yeah, right. And then everybody's going to go and see it again because it's going to be fucking amazing.
Instead of seeing Child 44, which is about, pedophiles grabbing people in Russia, which admittedly you shouldn't take your kid to, they're going to say, oh, go to Paul Blart.
Exactly, because it's a better movie with better actors.
Yeah. Maybe the answer to this would be they should have released another kids movie.
Like Paul Blart 3?
No.
At the same time as Paul Blart 2.
No, I see them fucking doing that. Oh, see Paul Blart 2 in the next theater. Go see the other one.
Joe Dirt 2 is supposed to be coming out soon.
Oh, God.
I'll be seeing that, too.
We discussed that a few months back.
God, I love those movies.
Anyway, that's our last feature presentation for the night. If there's nothing else, I want to thank the goddess of gore for coming by.
Whoop, whoop. That's what I do.
Yes.
I want to thank...
Deal with it.
I want to thank Straight Paul for coming by.
Whoop, whoop.
That's still my thing.
And I want to thank the Fangirl extraordinaire, the sociopath Fangirl for coming by.
I'm really out of it.
Yeah.
Whoop,
it's
whoop.
late. I know. We recorded a long time. Sorry. And I, once again, am the Projectionist. I want to thank you all for tuning in. Hope you had a great Easter. Have a great night. And take care.
Bye-bye.
Go see Paul Blart 2.
No.
Go see It Follows.
Can't